In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162 XM 219 and Internet 929, Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
Former NHL player and former head coach of the St. Louis Blues, Craig Berube, joined Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for the morning skate on NHL Network Radio on Sirius XM Channel 91 to discuss Sheldon Keefe and how the relationships between coaches and players have changed throughout the years.
Very classy. He's a classy person, and he was fortunate to coach at Toronto Maple Leafs. Obviously a great place, great market, and a great hockey organization. And, it was a classy play. And he wanted to let everyone know how thankful he was, the players, the people, and everybody. And, I love seeing it. And you don't want to see anybody lose their job, I'll tell you that, in this business as a coach. And I've lost my job before. So it's, I thought it was a real classy move on his part. And, listen, you get hired, you work with people, and you form real good relationships with your players, the people around you, and everything. And listen, at times we've got to make a change. That's part of the business, and and coaches understand that. You're not happy about losing your job, but at the same time, you got to move on. And I think you don't want to sit there and burn bridges. That doesn't do anything. You got to move on and be respectful, and he did that.
Was watching a show yesterday too, Greg, and they were saying, because they were replaying one of your clips from St. Louis where you said our star players just are not bringing it. Our star players have to be held accountable. They have to be better for us to have a chance to win. You made no bones about it. And they were saying on this show, this is what we need kind of thing, right? This is why Craig Berube's been pursued like he has been. We've talked to you about how much better a coach you were the second time around as compared to the first opportunity you got as well. Can you talk to us about how maybe handling players and dealing with players and communicating with certain players is maybe different than it once was 20 years ago, or maybe the same in some ways?
No, it is a little bit of both, but it's definitely changed a lot. I mean, back when I played, you didn't talk to the coach a lot, and you could talk to a lot of players that played my era. They'd say the same thing. There wasn't a lot of communication. Hey, that's your job, go and do it, and, you almost held yourself accountable. But we were different people back then, and things have changed. Players have changed, the personalities have changed. There's a lot that went on, and communication is really important nowadays. And partnerships. A coach has to really form partnerships with his players, and they have to understand what's expected out of them. And, when they're not doing the job, you got to let them know. And you don't have to let them know in the media. You got to let them know personally and talk to them about it. And you still got to hold people accountable, but there's got to be communication with the accountability. You can't just do things without, I think it's important to communicate with them first. Look, I'm going to have to sit you out. I'm going to have to bench you. I'm going to have to do certain things if your play doesn't pick up, but they have to know why. They want to know why. So communication is really important. And I think, all coaches know that nowadays.
That was former head coach Craig Berube on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio on Sirius XM Channel 91.
Sirius XM has soccer covered end to end. Sirius XM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's Sirius XM FC on Channel 157.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162 XM 219 and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162XM 219 and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927. National feed on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162XM 219 and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927. National feed on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162XM 219 and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927. National feed on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162XM 219 and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927. National feed on SiriusXM and Internet Channels 91.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
The Ottawa Senators' new head coach, Travis Green, stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 to talk with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick on the morning skate about what it's going to be like coaching the Ottawa Senators and how they can grow as a team.
Yeah, excited for the opportunity, excited for the challenge. Young team, got a lot of room to grow, passionate fan base. For me, great ownership. Great management after talking with Steve Stale, Dave Poulin. So I'm excited, real happy to be here.
So a couple of months ago when you're working with another team and you're doing your pre-scout on the Ottawa Senators, describe the Ottawa Senators team you would have said back then.
If they're on their game, they're going to be hard to beat. And I think if you watch some of the games that Ottawa played last year, some nights they looked unbeatable and some nights they didn't look like they could win. I actually remember coming into the building the first time that we played here and a little bit nervous, and I didn't think Ottawa played very well. Then when they came to our building, they whipped us around pretty good. It didn't look like we could touch the puck. So, a team with a lot of skill, a lot of speed, a lot of, and some gritty players as well. But like a lot of young teams, there's some inconsistencies from game to game, and that's not a recipe for long-term success or making the playoffs. Teams that win in the playoffs or make the playoffs have a lot of consistency in their game.
Oh, that's the whole thing, Travis. I mean, you went through it as a player, too, as a young guy trying to find your way in the NHL, too. And when you look at this team as young as it is, and you mentioned yesterday as well, it's got a real good opportunity to grow here. I mean, at some point, players do turn the corner. What kind of a role does the coaching staff play in helping a young guy obviously turn the corner and find that consistency?
Well, I think you just nailed it. That's the key to coaching young teams is how you teach them, how you develop them, how you work with them individually, but also collectively. It's not just about becoming a better player with the puck or how you stick handle. A lot of times it's the things you do away from the puck or even being mentally focused from day to day. It sounds silly, but young players just aren't as consistent. Their habits aren't as good. They're not quite as prepared. And the longer you're in the league, the better you get at some of those areas that I'm talking about. But you also don't stay in the league if you don't get better or you don't win. And my job as a coach is to really teach and develop and work on that area and make it individualized so the team collectively can be better.
How do you think, and we talk about a young team growing, Travis, I mean, you're a relatively still young head coach. I mean, how do you think you've changed as a coach since the American Hockey League success, certainly, and jumping in with Vancouver? How much better off do you think you are in what you do?
It's like anything. I'm a lot better coach than I was when I was in the American Hockey League, or when I was in Portland of the Western Hockey League, or when I was in my first year 6-7 years ago in Vancouver. I think it's when you guys look back and people look back at what they're doing, you just get better with time, with experience. Going through experience is good, or going through adversity that help you grow.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162, XM 219, and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162, XM 219, and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162, XM 219, and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162, XM 219, and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, May the 15th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest update. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars take on the Colorado Avalanche. Stars on Sirius 162, XM 219, and Internet 929. Avalanche on Internet 927, national feed on SiriusXM and Internet channels 91.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
Jay Kahn from SiriusXM NHL Network Radio was on the Daily Edition with Matt Gurney on Canada Talks, Channel 167, to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs coaching decisions now that Sheldon Keefe is gone, and they look for someone to take over the team and bring in a different perspective for the roster.
Wonder if there is an element of a different coach needing to come in with a different style of coaching to make better use of the parts the Leafs have.
Yeah, and no, I think that's 100% right. And at the end of the day too, I feel like when you have a coach there for a long time with the same core group of players, the message does get lost a little bit. And sometimes it's just change for the sake of change. But I think in this instance, it's a necessary change for the Leafs to make. And I'm curious, and we can get into who they could bring in as the next head coach. There's plenty of options out there, plenty of teams that have coaching vacancies as well. But in terms of his decision making, I mean, I didn't agree with many of the decisions. Now there were some, and I referenced it, just before about the adjustments he was able to make in that Boston series. That was a positive for me, but there were plenty of negatives for me over the years as well. And I did feel like he got a little stubborn at times as well. And I don't know if the power play is completely on him. I know Guy Boucher was running the power play there in the playoffs, but it just looked so stale, and they were doing nothing different to fix it or to change anything up. And in short series like we get in the playoffs and small sample size, you can't sit around and wait for things to just play themselves out. You have to be able to make these adjustments and not be afraid to maybe make a difficult decision in the playoffs, because it can get away from you very quickly.
When we talk about the rest of the coaches, do you think there will be a new head coach who will be slotted in over the existing staff, or do you think there's going to be some wholesale change postseason behind the bench?
Yeah, I think it depends on who comes in, and they could have the autonomy to maybe bring in their own staff, maybe keep an assistant here, keep a position here, but I wouldn't rule anything out at this point. And there's a lot of interesting options out there. I think if you were to bring in a younger head coach, for example, which I don't think the Leafs will do, then yeah, maybe you keep the assistants, you keep some of the people in place. But if you're bringing in a veteran, which I'm more than likely I think is the route that they're going to go here, with the options that you're seeing available, those coaches tend to have their guys, right? So I think that could open up the door to maybe bringing in some other pieces, some other names behind the bench as well. And I don't know where you sit on it, but I do think that this team needs a veteran head coach behind the bench. Keefe was the young rookie head coach, at least from a National Hockey League perspective, when he started with the Maple Leafs. And that's a tough ask. Hey, here's your first NHL coaching job. It's with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're going to have a lot of pressure, and we're expecting you to win a Stanley Cup, and ultimately he didn't achieve his goal. So I think now at this point where the team is at, the core, and we'll see what happens to the core over the course of the offseason, if any changes happen there, but the core is getting older, more of a veteran core now at this point. I think this is what they need, is a veteran head coach, someone that's been there before, has been in some playoff battles before to maybe push this team over the edge.
That was Jay Kahn from SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, on the Daily Edition with Matt Gurney on Canada Talks.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM, Channel 89.
I'm Frank Track.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
This is Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket. KTCK-FM Flower Mound, KTCK-AM Dallas Fort Worth, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. The following is a KTCK Sports presentation.
KTCK Sports presentation. Sports presentation.
Stars with a 2-1 series lead, a massive difference between a 3-1 advantage heading home or a 2-2 series tie. Puck is dropped. We are underway.
Driven by hunger and intensity, the Stars' dominance in Denver continued in Game 4.
Rebound score! Short-handed goal, Wyatt Johnston. Pure determination out of the kid. Robertson pass across. Johnston, he scores! The Stars are playing well. They're playing connected. They're playing committed. Score! Miro Heiskanen, and it got through. Scored! Evgeny Dadonov! Dallas has won 3 straight games in the series. They're coming home with a chance to knock out the Avalanche. A 5-1 win. A dominating win.
Now, on the cusp of the conference final, the Stars return to Big D, where anticipation is immense and the atmosphere will be rowdy.
Everybody on their feet at American Airlines Center, standing and going berserk.
Welcome to Game 5.
This is Dallas Stars playoff hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Hello, everybody, and welcome inside American Airlines Center. Alongside Daryl Ray, I'm Josh Bogorod. The Dallas Stars, the Colorado Avalanche, Game 5 of this second-round series, and off the heels of back-to-back-to-back victories, Dallas has their division rival on the ropes and a chance to end things here tonight and move on to the conference final. And Razor, the reason they find themselves in this spot, a dominating 2-game performance in Denver from the best road team in the National Hockey League.
You know what I found interesting? Jared Bednar, their head coach, expressed surprise and befuddlement at his team's lack of energy in Game 4. He said, we looked exhausted and we should be the rested team, but he full skated them on the off day and then full participation, long pregame skate the day of. Stars took the day off and a light optional. Their big 4 were all -3 and a problem in that game. Plus, you have the pipe bomb that was tossed into the team's room 2 hours before puck drop with the Nichushkin news. sure seemed to weigh heavy on their minds, and I think in turn their legs, Stars outworked, outskated, dominated, suffocated them. They're going to have to do it again, and I'm sure they're going to face a more settled Avalanche team here tonight.
You mentioned a couple of things that were a problem for Colorado, but one of them that has been a problem for a lot of teams, and certainly was the other night for Colorado, is newly minted 21-year-old Wyatt Johnston celebrated a birthday yesterday, and he's celebrating just a phenomenal second go through his Stanley Cup playoffs.
You know, he is doing Gretzky, Patrick Waugh, Jaromir Jagr things, playoff MVP at a tender young age stuff. I try to find a comparable player. Pete DeBoer cites Patrice Bergeron, which is a good one. Jim Nell probably sees a lot of Yzerman and Zetterberg in him. For me, I think he might be a one-of-one type player. No grooming needed whatsoever. Competitive sapience beyond his experience. Seems to have a little bit of brass and sass on the ice. He's nothing like that away from the rink. He doesn't get drilled. That's a skill. He's played every single possible game since he got drafted, 194 regular season and playoff games. So there's something to be said about that, the durability of the kid. And you can basically just grab any one of the under 21 stat or list you want to highlight, because he's all over all of them coming out of what he's done so far in the playoffs and certainly in this series.
What Wyatt Johnston has done has certainly been headline-making, but he is actually not the leading point man on this Stars roster in the playoffs. That honor belongs to a guy who is having just an electric series, and that's Miro Heiskanen.
Miro was like a Game 4 afterthought, only due to Johnston's precocious brilliance in that game again. And in the major matchup of him and Cale Makar, he is slaughtering him, certainly since game number 1. And I find a lot of comparisons to 2020. Completely different animal because it was in the bubble in Edmonton, but he's in lockstep with all of that. He's on pace for more points, over twice as many power play goals. I think better all-around play than what he put together in those, as we were talking earlier, 27 playoff games up in Edmonton. And the Stars' 5-man defenseman rotation works because of him. There's no question. He eats up so many of those important minutes and plays with everybody. And Miro Heiskanen can now boast 57 points in 77 career postseason games. That pummels Sergei Zubov's record of .63 points per playoff game. I don't know what he's going to do the rest of the way, but so far he has been the shiny penny for the Dallas Stars.
You were mentioning what was a huge story heading into Game 4 the other night, and that was the news that broke almost just before the team skated out, and that was going to be no Val Nichushkin. We learned that Devon Taves with an illness also wouldn't go. There's some lineup changes as they get Taves back. Not quite the same shock value, but Rope Hintz, who left and didn't return, is listed as day-to-day. He won't go. That creates a ripple effect, and it's going to create some very different-looking lines for head coach Pete DeBoer.
Yeah, Radek Fox is going to come back into the Stars lineup, so there will be synergy on the fourth line because he and Sam Steele and Craig Smith have played together a lot this season, and the de facto top line will stay intact in some ways too. They've played together before, and Wyatt Johnston and Stankoven on the right wing and Jamie Benn on the left. I know Logan's been up with Hintz and Robertson a lot, but I think it's an important game for the center iceman again, right? Matt Duchene, Tyler Seguin, both of them have to impact things here tonight, make sure the Stars have an advantage in that regard. Tanev took a real drilling body belt late in that game in Denver. He's fine. He's going to go here tonight. Fine is a relative term this time of years. Taves is back. He was in warm-up tonight with Nichushkin. Look, it's a sad thing for Val, but from a player standpoint, he was their best player on their cup run in 2022. And he's like, 60% of that wicked power play, and they don't have him available here tonight and going forward.
You mentioned power play, special teams, always going to be a factor. They've been a huge factor, and as much as the power play goals for Dallas are going to stand out, Dallas's penalty kill ever since Game 1 has been a monster story in changing around this series.
Yeah, you can hear the boys coming out in the background here, and it's electric and moving in the building. It feels to me, Josh, that the Avalanche need special teams, especially their power play. They need it for victory. The Stars use it to their advantage, but they don't really need it to score in order for them to triumph. In Game 4, the Stars outshot the Avalanche 11-1 on special teams. 11-1. And outscored them 2-0 with a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. You go back to Game 1 here. Colorado took Game 1 on the strength of a couple power play goals and then the overtime winner. But it has been all Stars since. And you bring up a great point about the penalty kill. Look, your power play can help you along. Your penalty kill wins games for you in the postseason, and that's what they're doing right now. They were just sensational in Denver.
Really quickly, before we send it to break for the opening face-off, we talked about what we thought we would see at the start of Game 4. It wasn't anything like it. The Avs looked like a defeated bunch right away. They know they've got a huge obstacle in front of them. They're fighting this team in this building. What do they have left? What do you expect out of tonight?
It's a great question. I expect much better. I expect the game that we expected in one of the two games in Denver here tonight on the road. They're going to need their big boys to show up and hit the sheet tonight, or they're done tonight in Dallas.
Stars are trying to make them done tonight. They can wrap it up and become the first team in this year's postseason to punch their ticket to the conference finals. They could be 60 minutes away. They've won their last 3 games. They're going to try and make it 4 in a row and eliminate the Colorado Avalanche. We've got Game 5 from American Airlines Center. Stars and Avalanche. It comes your way right after this. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on The Ticket.
A Crawford 5-star technician has the following 5 qualities: honest, respectful, knowledgeable, client-focused, efficient, and they'll help you battle the hot DFW summer this year. Make sure your system will keep up with the heat. Call the 5-star air conditioning experts at Crawford Services to save $50 on your next air conditioning repair. Call 214-271-8800 or visit crawford-services.com. Crawford Services, home of the 5-star technician. License number TACLA 84308C and 11421.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with Safe Light. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. All around in North Texas, I'm cruising in my car. Tiny sticker makes it quicker. If you see me dancing in my car, that's how good toll tax savings are. I love how much it saves me. Makes me feel like a genius, baby. And when my hands are tended to, my body starts to move. If you see me dancing in my car.
Small sticker, big savings at getmytolltag.com.
Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit childrens.com to learn more.
Dallas Stars Hockey on The Ticket.
The Ticket! Welcome back inside American Airlines Center here in Dallas, where the crowd is abuzz. The teams are ready to go, and the Stars have a chance to end the Avalanche's postseason and advance to the Final Four. This is Game 5. Dallas and Colorado is Razor. We take a look at the starting netminders.
You know, I've come to believe with Jake Ottinger, he is really dialed in when he makes the difficult look easy, and that's what he has done since that hectic ending to Game 2 here. He stopped 52 of 54 in Denver. Alexander Georgiev has held the Avs in at times, but he's also capitulated before Ottinger has in the series. Overall, he's allowed just 7 even-strength goals in the 4 games. Lots of power play and everything else.
We are underway. Puck drops here at American Airlines Center as it's in on Ottinger. He'll calmly collect 6 seconds in the first whistle of Game 5. Dallas dropped Game 1 in this building and then won the last 3, have jumped out to huge leads in 3 of the 4 games so far in the series. Glove side of Ottinger will be the face-off. And it's Colton who wins it for Colorado. Back to Manson. His shot hit off bodies. Dribbles to the corner. Collected by Yoel Kiviranta. The forward unit looks the same for Jared Bednar's Colorado club as it did the other night. One change up on the wings of the top two lines as they put Drouin on McKinnon's line, and then they drop Rantanen to the middle stat line, just trying to get something going. Stars steal it away. It's Smith. He'll walk it laterally through the zone, taking away Miles Wood. He was the game one hero and plays it back behind his net. The one lineup change for Colorado is Devon Taves, who missed game 4 with the illness, back in. Caleb Jones, who checked in, is the man who comes out. Drouin, second game of the postseason for him, gets it off to the left wing circle, and then it's out towards the line. Grabbed and kept in Makar. Nice move on Ben. Makar shot and a save made. Out to challenge. Ottinger got it off the blocker. The Stars Stankoven for Ben. He's joined by Johnston. Played in by the captain. He'll catch up himself. The lines all switched up with no Rope Hintz, who's day-to-day, left late in game 1 in Denver a couple nights ago. Stankoven on the sidewall, banks it forward for Ben. Ben takes his time and then tosses one in and heads across for a change.
Chris Tanev got into a physical little thump down in the corner. He got up slowly and headed down the Stars bench and straight to the Stars room.
Casey Middlestat behind the net. Middlestat, his pass knocked away by Lindell. Tanev has had such a good series, such a good postseason. And of course took that huge check late in game 4 from Ross Colton with a couple of minutes to play. Didn't play after that, but there wasn't a lot of time, and a lopsided victory for Dallas. Manson back in the Colorado zone. He gets knocked down. The Stars hop in. Running out of room, Tyler Seguin lifted out by Walker. Bounces on Suter, and Suter will keep it going for Mason Marchment. 4th straight game for Marchment after missing 6 in a row. He's got assists in 2 of 3 since his return. On this line with Seguin and Dadonov to begin game 5. 2.5 and counting gone by here in the first period. We are just underway, scoreless from American Airlines Center in Dallas. Josh Bogorod and Darrell Ray. 3-1 series lead for the Stars. Sam Girard is back to collect for Colorado. He'll take his time. Looking ahead for Wood. And then got off of Niels Lundqvist, who played just over 6 minutes the other night in Denver. Walker from the blue line. Slides it down behind the net, out of the reach of Steele. Craig Smith able to clear, and Radek Faksa returns to the lineup. That puck died on some slush in front of the Avalanche bench, pulled the Stars offside with 16:53 left in the first.
Look, there's no idea what the deal is with Tanev, but you can't overemphasize the loss of him even for a little bit here. They've been running 5 defensemen. He's been a horse back there. You should have seen Pete DeBoer's head just sort of snap as he went past him on the bench and sort of gingerly favoring it. Looked like something upper body on his way off.
Dallas on the attack. Jamie Benn on the left wing side. The Stars can boast such incredible depth, but most of it is at the forward position, not the blue line. McKinnon will hand it back to the point. Makar slide it in, and Drouin is there. Angles it up top to Devon Taves. Taves couldn't find a lane. Blocked by Stankoven up high and off the glass, then chopped around. It caught the top of the glass and fell on the other side, a row deep out of play.
Well, the Avalanche look way more connected in their overall game here to begin tonight. They had a lot of independent contractor rushes, and you could just see the frustration in their game and in the individuals, and they played fast and together. And look, the Stars understand they're going to get their best game. A bunch of guys that have won a cup on their side, and they might be done for the season if they don't triumph here tonight.
Ottinger looks to his left glove side. The Stars win a defensive zone faceoff, clear it out. Girard is pursued by Robertson. And up to Rantanen, got a stick on it. Ottinger moves behind the net. He'll keep the puck going around the perimeter. Middlestat back for Parise, has announced that he will retire at the end of this postseason. The Stars are trying to end Colorado's postseason here this evening. Long stretch pass and couldn't connect. That's icing against the Avs.
Pete DeBoer, the carrot, he mentioned it this morning, and it's fairly obvious, right? Your mid-playoff rest or recovery is so important for teams that have any designs on winning a Stanley Cup. It's huge to get through in 4 or 5 games of a series along the way. You can't go 6 and 7 over and over and over and think you're going to have enough left in the 4th round in the Stanley Cup final.
And the Stars really have done that for several postseasons running, dating back to 2007. 17 of their last 18 series have gone at least 6.
Remember when they won the Cup back in '99, they got through the Edmonton Oilers in 4 games. It felt like 10 because of the physical nature of that, but it was very important they did that.
On the left wing side, Duhaime with a shot, and Odger maybe getting a piece of it with the outstretched glove hand. Out to center it goes. Dallas is in offside. In case you're wondering, the one during that stretch that was under 6 games was the Stars' conference final win in the bubble when they knocked off DeBoer's then Vegas Golden Knights in 5 games.
So the Stars have had to mix and match up front. They have, sort of semi-different line combinations, kind of the same as what they finished up with in Denver the other night. This is was until Tanev left the game. It was like the 25th consecutive game in which they had the same group on the back end and the same pairs.
Dumped into the Star zone. Niels Lundqvist, he got hit by Duhaime, still moved around and out to the Colorado third where it bounces into the Av zone. Craig Smith on the right side, shot hung on to by Georgiev. That's the first one on net by the Stars. He collects. 15-12 left in a scoreless first period, each team with just a single shot so far.
Yeah, the Avalanche have come out the way that you'd expect them to come out here, and the Stars, as the habit has been in past, come out a little sleepy in a lot of first periods. They feel like they got it fixed, and then watching the Stars bench right now, I think Dave Zeiss is giving the word to DeBoer as to what is going on with Chris Tanev.
And so Pete DeBoer turns and relays the message to Alain Nasruddin, who runs the D on the bench as play continues on, and a shot jammed a bit on the forehand by Colton, put it wide of the net on the rush from Colorado. Walker from the right point, through bodies, never made it towards Ottinger. Installed deep by Wood. Now Trennan in the corner. Big body, Stankoven flung it off of one of the Avs, falls into the slot, knifed away by Lundqvist, got it from a rushing Wood, and the Stars escape.
Man, if Wood goes to the left, I think he goes to the net. Decided to pull it the other way.
Here is Suter on the left wing. His shot save made. Ben searching for a rebound, and Georgiev has it covered. Ben was there tied up with Walker. Georgiev forced to hang.
Only 2 goals in the playoffs so far for the Stars captain, both of them in Game 1 losses. He's been a dominant hog of the puck on faceoffs, giving the Stars possession off of that. Pretty obvious that Bednar wants to and is giving the responsibility to guys like Wood and Colton and Kiviranta and Trennan to play up-tempo, play in the other team's zone a little bit. They're getting nothing from their big guys. They need something from the other guys, perhaps.
Face-off is put right back in on the Colorado netminder. Georgiev turned it aside through center. Here's McKinnon with speed. Drop for Drouin. And then follow-up by Taves. He leaves it for Lehkonen. Cut off by Pavelski, and it fizzles away. 14-12 and counting left in the first period. No score. Game 5. Stars with a 3-1 series lead over the Avalanche. Pavelski wraps it around the Colorado zone. Over for Heiskanen off his stick and goes to the side glass. Miro Heiskanen with 12 points leads the Stars in scoring. By the end of the night, he will lead the entire NHL in time logged in this postseason. He's up over 300 minutes, second only to Charlie McAvoy of Boston. Left wing side, there's a shot by Girard, and it's gloved by Ottinger, who holds on. A little bit of a separation required between Heiskanen and Rantanen. 13:39 left in the first. We are scoreless from American Airlines Center. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
Learn to skate and play hockey for free at Children's Health Star Centers. Kids ages 4 to 14 can join Rookies programs presented by Whataburger. Equipment is included, and participants receive a free jersey to take home. For more information, visit DallasStars.com/rookies.
You probably only think about insurance when you need it. But at Higginbotham, we have local insurance specialists from coast to coast thinking about your risk and how to cover them year-round. We start with listening and end with a custom solution that fits your needs and budget. Whether it's for your home, car, family, business, or employees, Higginbotham protects what matters most to you. Higginbotham makes insurance policies personal.
TXU Energy is changing the game with Live Your Free, the first and only plan of its kind that automatically adapts each month to give you free energy when you use it most.
What if I use the most during the day?
Enjoy free energy all day, every day.
What if I suddenly become a night owl?
Your nights are free, automatically.
What if I go weekend warrior?
Free energy all weekend, my friend.
So the savings change with me.
And you never have to change a thing. TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Free energy charges and time periods defined in Plan EFL. TDU and other bill charges apply normally. Visit TXU.com for details.
Learn to skate at your local Children's Health Star Center with the Dallas Stars Try Skating for Free program. All new skaters ages 4 to adult can receive 2 free 30-minute sessions of instruction on consecutive Saturdays. Call 214-GO-SKATE or visit DallasStars.com/StarCenters.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket. Very early here in Game 5 at American Airlines Centers, just through the first commercial break, 6 minutes into this one. Stars are up 3-1 in the series. They were up 3-1 in the bubble in 2020 on the Avalanche. That one went 7 and overtime. The Avs went up 3-1 on the Stars in both 2004 and 2006 and won them both in 6.
Getting kicked out of the faceoff is Tyler Seguin. He disagrees. Drouin circles to reset. Sagan's not going to win that argument. So Marchment comes in a battle of number 27s. Drouin wins it cleanly to Taves at the point. Snaps it over right side Makar. Back to the left point Taves. His shot sailed through and got to Ottinger, who was ready for it for the stoppage.
I think Jake Ottinger's been fantastic at that. His tracking game. It's a lot easier as a goaltender to track and find shots coming from 55 feet away when the guys in front of you are boxing people out and giving you sight line. And they've done that repeatedly in front of them.
Seguin can take this face off and he'll win it back to the defensive corner. Allows the Stars to clear. They will. Dadonov broke all the way out to center to accept the pass, but got cut off there. McKinnon, the chip to the side wall. Lindell just in front of Lehkonen. Harley keeps it going around the rim. And this will be icing against the Stars as the Avs touch with 13-12 left in the first period. Zeros remain on the board.
See, now the Avalanche can change, and they should choose the other face-off, Dot, but the strong side, if Rantanen's going to take this draw, is the same side that is the strong side for Tyler Seguin, the right side.
Some excellent news for the Stars. Chris Tanev makes his way back to the bench just before the start of this puck drop. There's certainly something to watch as we go on, but with 13 minutes left in the period, he returns. Bounces off Ottinger, then up in the air. Just got away from him off his chest. Some scary moments as the Avs now lose it on the sidewall. Marchment gets checked, knocked down by Middlestat. In Lindell skates, Marchment back upright. Backhand clearing attempt, couldn't get through McKinnon on the half boards. It's down on the corner. Spit out where it goes right back into the skates of Middlestat and rolls on edge out to center on the clearance from Dallas.
It was a good play by Evgeny Dadonov, kind of whacked it out of midair to get it out of there. Killing rats on the far boards, trying to keep it in.
Colton, center ice, unable to get it deep. Faksa with the reach. Now it's Steele. The Stars have to touch up. They do. Radek Faksa, his shot scooped by Georgiev as it was going wide through the crease. 12:16 left in the first as the netminder hangs on.
Radek Faksa, the hero from Game 7 against Vegas with the game-winning goal. He's sporting a tinted visor. Some go to it to dim the lighting. They have, the LED lighting in all the rinks can get pretty bright. Some guys that have had issues with concussions, I know in past, have gone to that to try to help a little bit, just dim things.
Dallas wins this face-off. Suter with a shot that gets blocked, and then Smith got knocked down Jack Johnson, and Smith is a little slow to get back up. He left Game 4 momentarily before returning 2 nights ago in Colorado. Steele walks it back in as Smith steps onto the bench and is replaced. Yoel Kiviranta the other direction with a puck sent down the boards. And back to Kiviranta, the former star. Taken by Dallas. Steele pursued, got to center ice, dumps in, and Dallas changes.
Not a lot of room down there to begin Game 5. Checking's been tight.
Harley holds in at the left point. Got it low for Logan Stankoven. On the trip to Denver, scored his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal, added his second into an empty net. One of 2 wins the Stars got there. McKinnon darts the other way with speed, forced into the corner by the forward Stankoven, and then knocked down via high stick, touched by the Stars in their zone. Stops the clock with 11:18 left in a scoreless first period.
That's exactly what the Stars want, though. Nate McKinnon busting down against 4 guys in your goaltender. An independent contract. We had nobody with him. That blazing speed. It's frightening everybody on the other side. They are mixing and matching, though. That he's played on a couple of different lines. This is the normal one. Lehkonen on one side, his buddy Drouin on the right.
The defensive pair out there right now is Harley and Tanev for the Stars. Glove side of Ottinger. Ben wins the faceoff from McKinnon, who looked like he barely moved on it.
It's unbelievable. Like, he's not good at it anyway, but it looked like he didn't even try.
Stars intercept Thomas Harley. He will slide it forward. Johnston across the blue line. A little delay in a move as he crossed, pulled the timing off. It's offside against Dallas. Almost 9 minutes gone by, a lot of whistles and not a whole lot of scoring opportunities at either side so far in Game 5.
Well, Wyatt's overrated after that. That's a joke. They had a chance to make something happen, and he delays, swerves for a second, and pulls his line mates offside. The under-21 stat. Most goals, first 11 playoff games of a playoff year in the Cap era. Pat Kane with 8, Wyatt Johnston with 6, Connor McDavid with 5. That's the list you want to be on.
Unreal. Out in front, shot, score! Joe Pavelski! The tip from Duchesne to Pavelski. And Dallas strikes first. Here in Game 5, they take a 1-0 lead on Pavelski's first of this postseason.
I thought Joe Pavelski had a phenomenal game in Game 4. Best game of the playoffs for him. Chances, won face-offs, played great D. Energy was there. He had 4 shots on goal. This is simple stuff, but you have to win the draw and you have to forecheck, and they did both. Hustled Manson in behind, little puck jack. Because of that, the puck pursuit, and Joe with a backhand whack at it sends it past a stunned Alexander Georgiev.
It's Pavelski's 74th career Stanley Cup playoff goal, his first of this postseason. He had the assist in Game 1 of this series. That his only other point prior to that. And it becomes the 5th time in as many games in the series that Dallas scores first. Rantanen at the other end, a save made by Ottinger. The big question now is what follows. As it's played in offside by Colorado, because aside from Game 3, not only did Dallas score first, they then peppered in the aftermath to open up huge gaps in the other 3 games.
You know, I was looking back to when he went nuts. The game that he came back from the opening round injury last year, and he scored 4 goals in the opener against Seattle, and he had only scored 5 goals in like 22 or 23 playoff games since, as it had drifted a little bit on the veteran. They just take turns, this group. Who's next?
That's Pavelski. His first in the playoffs.
Pavelski with the goal from Duchesne and Robertson. As Dallas strikes first, it's the 141st point from Pavelski in his playoff career. Shot by Tanev and the save made Georgiev. Then Dadonov a point-blank effort, and he made that stop too. Tanev trying to hustle back. He's able to work off Duhaime, and they run into each other. Tanev stays upright. Duhaime twice stumbles trying to dislodge Tanev. Turns into a wall battle and sent back behind the Dallas net. Colton hustling after it. The former Lightning and the Stars will not be able to clear. It's Kiviranta. Horseshoes it over to Jack Johnson. Veteran defenseman keeps the zone for Colorado and spun his way down. Lindell nearby, and the Stars able to break to center. Marchment dumps it in. Georgiev out to play. Does so to the corner. Sam Steele sends it back across. Bottom of the left wing. Game of catch. Thomas Harley gets it back. 1-0 Stars lead. They lead the series 3-1. Miro Heiskanen a slice. Harley a shot. Hit bodies, and Dallas couldn't find it. It's swiped to the corner. They jump on it there. Sam Steele to the right wing side. Back onto his forehand. Leaves it for Harley. Pushes it low. Radek Faksa will be the first to it left wing. Over for Smith. And Smith gets knocked down by Johnson, who had lost his footing. The Stars clear it themselves. A speedy wrap along the boards, and Harley couldn't get to the point in time.
And at times the Stars are just so much more automatic with their puck play than the Avalanche.
The Avs came ready to play in this game, but Dallas really didn't give anything up, and then they score first again. Up high, here's Tanev, a shot. That one bounces wide. Way out was Georgiev to challenge.
Whatever was ailing Chris Tanev is fixed because he's come out a couple shots on goal, took some contact back in the Stars' end of the rink.
Manson able to clear for Colorado. Tanev takes the pass from Suter. Soft chip in from the center line. Dallas in a wholesale change. Crowd recognizing the effort as the Stars have followed up the game's first goal with a couple of very good-looking shifts spent primarily in the Avalanche end. Then delayed offside forces the Avs to retreat.
And they are right in the face of whoever has the puck for the Avalanche. There's not a lot of time and space.
Lindell was looking for Robertson, missed him on the length of the ice pass. That's icing against the Stars. 7:41 left in the first.
You know, we were thinking that line or maybe the Sagan, Marchment, Dodonov line are going to have some kind of an impact on the game here tonight. You get a makeshift trio of Duchesne and Robertson and Pavelski, and bam.
Here's Makar right off the draw. Walks it to the right circle. Cale Makar to the backhand and forced wide. Ottinger out past the corner of the crease, made the save, and it dribbled innocently wide of the net. Stars are in. It's Duchesne, right side shot, and Pavelski missed it up high. They almost connected again.
Man, what are the Avalanche doing? That's their top pair out there. You risk something up the ice, and then you give something up the other way, and Pavelski almost back-to-back tallies.
Stolen away by the Stars. They delay long enough to enter onside, but Marchment caught by Taves, and it's Kiviranta going the other way. Dump in from the center line. Tanev is there first. Shoots it around the boards. Glove down by Colton, feeding the slot. Shot, a save. Ottinger denied. Kiviranta controlled his rebound. Hung for the whistle. And with 6:49 left in the first period, the towels waving here at American Airlines Center. The Stars on top of the Avalanche, 1-0. Pavelski on the board, his first of the postseason. That's the first marker of the game. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Stanley Cup Playoff Hockey on the Ticket.
If you were hurt in a crash, it's important to act fast. Instead of haggling with insurance, just call Thomas J. Henry. Remember, the call is free and you don't pay us any fees unless we win your case. Contact Thomas J. Henry today, San Antonio, Texas.
Are you ready for the ultimate sleep upgrade? Now's your chance. At Sleep Expert's Memorial Day sale, you can score up to $700 off when you get a king bed for a queen price or a queen for a twin. It's easy to find your dream bed because Sleep Experts has quality mattresses at every price. Plus, get a free adjustable base on select mattresses. Hurry in to a DFW area Sleep Expert store today. Restrictions apply. See store or sleepexperts.com for details.
And now, two pigeons bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Hey, Frank, a little birdie told me you don't need a satellite dish to get DirecTV.
What's little birdie? Was it Jimmy the Sparrow?
It's a figure of speech. Point is, you can stream DirecTV over the internet now.
Oh, sure. Next you're going to tell me those big birds are made of metal and filled with people, right?
You mean airplanes?
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Terms and restrictions apply.
When you get in an auto accident, the first word out of your mouth is probably At Crash Champions, we answer the call and save your day with trusted collision repair. With 100 locations in Texas, find your local Crash Champions at crashchampions.com.
Crash Champions. The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket! 6:49 to go in the opening period here at American Airlines Center. Stars up 1-0 on the Avalanche, and what a great sign for everybody here in the building. Jake Ottinger looks super sharp. On the road, no goalie left in these playoffs has a better save percentage than Jake at .954. At home, only the Canuck goalies and Stuart Skinner are worse at .891 of those who are left. Just hasn't been the same animal here at American Airlines Center, but man, stunning stop on Makar.
Here's Makar with it once again on the right side wall. Stutter step to take on Steele behind the net. Wraps it around. Lost a handle on it. Taves keeps in. Left wing point. Funneled it low. It's McKinnon. Spins off the icing line. Right wing face-off dot. Handoff Makar. Makar worked on. Forced by Lindell. Tapped over to the left wing side. Drouin off of skate. Smith tripped up and a penalty coming. An offensive zone penalty against Jonathan Drouin of the Colorado Avalanche. He took down Smith, and the Stars have the lead and are going to go up a man.
Yeah, it's the natural reaction. I always think that it affects guys that have maybe not been in the fray for a while. He just got back into the lineup last game. He turns the puck over, and then they reach immediately, and the stick got into the blades of Smith along the left wing boards, and here you go, special teams, man. It's been a major storyline in this series. Stars can give themselves a little exhale room with a tally here.
Dallas and Colorado tied for second in playoff power play percentage, better than 30%. They're each 8 for 26. The Stars are 4 for 12 in this series, and they go to work immediately on the face-off win. Pavelski, who's got the goal in the game, goes to Robertson, who helped set it up. Robertson, top of the right circle, low bend. Pavelski shot, fought off, Ben, swing and a miss, kept alive Dallas. Top of the zone, Miro Heiskanen. Goes to Robertson, back to Heiskanen, 12 points in the postseason. Switch of directions with Robertson. Snap down low, left wing side. Wyatt Johnston up to Robertson, over to the right. Heiskanen kept it in on the blue line. Johnston, who's part of this top unit here. Ben shot. Georgiev made the save. Denied the Stars captain from the top of the slot and hung on.
The pass came from the left wing corner. Jamie had just looked elsewhere as the puck was delivered to him. If he's staring at the pass, he shoots it a lot quicker. Instead, he looked back toward the point where the positioning was, grabbed it, and then drilled it right into the belly of Georgiev. The Avalanche have only allowed 4 power play goals in the series. Jamie has one of them. It was on a 2-man advantage.
He'll take this draw from the left wing circle, 64.5% in the postseason entering tonight's game. That's Ben, his face-off percentage, and he wins this one cleanly, so cleanly. In fact, they're going to do it again. Cole never even got the stick down on the drop.
I find it so bizarre. I mean, the makeup of the Avalanche, that they don't have a right shot penalty killer to oppose a guy like Jamie Benn. Like, they're all lefties, and the Stars have just clobbered them on face-offs on special teams.
This draw is one back to the corner by Colorado. The Stars hunt it down, though. Girard got knocked down, so Dallas spreads it out and sets up. Leading 1-0 on the power play. Here's Johnston. Up high for Heiskanen. Back for Wyatt Johnston. 7 goals this postseason. Low, Pavelski across and off of Robertson. Skipped away off target. A reload at the top of the zone. Ben now at the right wing circle. Saucers it for Heiskanen. Return for Ben. Sends it low. The reach and collection from Robertson. Top of the right wing dot. Over to Ben. Surveying options. And off the stick of Miles Wood. Broke up the pass and sent it down.
One of the changes they've made, they have not had Trennan out here killing on this first Stars power play. Other personnel instead.
Matt Duchene has it knocked away, over for Stankoven. The second unit is out there for the Stars. Half a minute to go on the tripping penalty against Drouin. Walker, shorthanded, pushes it forward. And over for Duhaime. He gets hit along the corner boards, and the Stars take back possession. 3 of the 4 power play goals scored in the series by the Stars came in this building in the first 2 games. Here's Stankoven. Up high for Harley, has some space, moves it over to the right dot. Matt Duchene, low for Marchment. Up top, Harley. His shot was blocked by Duhaime. Out of the box comes Drouin. Dallas remains with the puck in the attack zone, but we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. And Walker unable to clear. And a second effort got it to Drouin. Recently free, he does clear.
A lot of good pesky work by Stankoven down along the boards there. Made the Avalanche work to get it out of there and get themselves reset out of the penalty kill.
Dumped in by the Stars. Makar in front of his bench and then pushed forward. Lindell, two-hand chop it to the near side. Makar in retreat. Pestered by Smith. Follow-up steal. He was tied up, fought through it, through the legs for Faksa. Juggled and lost at the faceoff dot. And back through center comes McKinnon with speed. And leaves for Drouin. Drouin got caught and ridden off by Faksa. Over to McKinnon on the left wing. Up to Girard. Wrist shot. That deflects to the corner. Makar sends it back in deep behind the net. Rantanen quickly met by Tanev. Knocked down along the backboards. Tanev erases any threat of an attack, and the Stars clear.
Man, Mikko Rantanen has been a ghost in this series. He is world class, but he's getting nothing done.
40-plus goals, another 100-plus point campaign in the regular season, and part of the attack that just ate up Winnipeg in 5 games in the opening round. Different story for Colorado here in round 2 against the Stars. We're inside the final 3 minutes of the first period. Puck is in the Dallas zone, and then stolen away by the Stars. Stankoven. The stretch out for Ban. Tried to guide it through Manson, who intercepted. The Stars dump in. They have to touch up.
And it's impressive when Stankoven, he works so hard to get pucks back, and he immediately makes something happen with his passing ability.
Here's Wood. Avalanche on the attack. Colton with a one-timer saved by Onger. 8th shot for Colorado. 8th save he's made. Coughed up by the Stars just outside the crease. And Ned Colton put it wide. Angled attempt. Cogliano was there as well. Colton over for Taves. Settles. Shoots. Changed directions. It was blocked wide. Had Onger going one way. And Chris Tanev will clear it back to the Colorado zone. Touched with Makar. They say his stick was low enough to continue playing.
Where it hit it, they hit it halfway down on the shaft. Matt Duchene, get rid of that thing. Don't dangle through a couple of Avalanche players in your own crease. Yikes.
Ryan Suter, defensive corner for the Stars. Long stretch here without a whistle. $1:50 left in the first. Lehkonen with a shot goes wide. Left wing side, it's Taves. He'll move it in deep off of McKinnon. And Walker activating on the right side boards. Pops in the air. Falls for McKinnon once more. He's got Lehkonen on the left wing. Outer hash marks up at the blue line. D-to-D pass finds Walker off the bank. McKinnon's having his stick tied up by Suter. A delayed reaction from the corner referee, but it's going to be a holding penalty against the veteran Suter. 1:28 left in the first period, and Colorado will get their first power play of the game.
The slow skate argument all the way to the box from Ryan, who hasn't had a shot on goal since his goal in game 1 of this series. And man, it was a little mini infraction, and I think a little bit because of who it was, McKinnon, and how demonstrative he was in trying to pull away, but there's no question he gripped onto it. So we'll get a little power play time on the other side of this. 1:28 to go in the opening frame at American Airlines Center. Stars are up on the Avs 1-0. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Ticket.
Right now at 7-Eleven, get a Big Bite hot dog and a large Big Gulp drink for only $3. It's the kind of big meal that'll make you feel like a big deal. A big shot, a BIP. That's big important person. You could be top dog with a hot dog, a big wig with a Big Gulp. Stop by 7-Eleven and grab a big meal deal for only $3 with 7 rewards. But don't get a big head. Valid through 1/7/25. 7-Eleven has the right to end this promotion early. All rights reserved. Plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, Movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the dekes.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves. All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
He scores! Unbelievable!
All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket!
Welcome back. Power play time begins for Colorado, holding the stick penalty against Suter. Late stages of the first period. Stars break ahead, shorthanded steal. He gets slowed down, caught by Drouin. Dallas has 2 shorthanded goals in the series. Incredibly, against this dynamic Colorado power play, it's been a net even. The times that Stars have been shorthanded. One-timer blasted high and wide by McKinnon, and the rebound eludes Drouin and out to center ice.
You know, so far here tonight, Drouin looked better last game when he came into the lineup. A little adrenaline, perhaps. He's looked rusty tonight.
Injured with a skate blade cut in the regular season finale. Missed just about a month, the entire postseason before Game 4. Ice slot shot by McKinnon. Didn't get through. Fought for just outside the crease. It's a rugby scrum, and pouncing on it is Oettinger with that left hand. Found it with the glove and dove on it to stop the clock. 32.6 left in the period.
A barbaric puck battle right in front of Jake's net. And lots of guys, all 4 guys in green, Sagan, Fox, Tanev, and Lindell all helping out. It's like the otter in the kelp bed when you look down there at it. Shot got through to the knot in front of him, never through to Oettinger. And then he bounces out there and grabs it with the glove.
Face-off glove side of Oettinger. It's won by Foxa. And Tanev sends it around. Drouin fanned on it. Gets it back on the half boards. 22 seconds left in the period. Drouin banks it over to McKinnon. Top of the zone, Cale Makar. Return for McKinnon. Across, Drouin. Right wing circle. Now Makar, one-timer. Blocked wide. McKinnon with it again. Outer hash marks left wing. Makar back for McKinnon. Got it low. Triangle passing. Sniffed out by Lindell. 4 seconds to go in the period. It's McKinnon for Lehkonen. He scores! A one-timer. Zeros show on the clock, but it looked like the shot beat the buzzer. And a power play goal from Artturi Lehkonen, maybe with under a second to play, appears to have tied Game 1 before the intermission.
Man, Esa Lindell played him perfectly just prior to that. It's a 2-on-1. He's got to worry about Rantanen down low, but he marked Lehkonen for a second and then broke it up. And then the second time they went right back in that hard again. Remember we talked about it, the adjustments. Game 4, they were likely going to go to that middleman. And that was the middleman in Lehkonen right there that got it off the stick blade in a hurry. They've looked at the timing. They're going to have to drop the puck to make it formal. He had been very quiet. I mean, absolutely zero impact on the series, which is really odd for him until that.
0.6 seconds. And a game-changing buzzer beater from Artturi Lehkonen, who gets his 6th goal and 10th point of the postseason. And it makes it a 1-1 game after 20 minutes in the books from American Airlines Center.
He just felt because the Stars were so hyper-aggressive up top on where Makar is, he's the fulcrum up there, but they work McKinnon up there too, that they would try to work the puck into that glade, right into that middle section, the bumper they call it, and that's where Lehkonen plays. And man, he snapped it he was wide open and he snapped it immediately. Not a lot of time for Jake Oettinger to adjust. A very good opening period for the Stars leading up to that. They were handling everything. Otter looked sharp, rolling their 4 lines, although they're a little mix and match here tonight with the injury to Hintz. And that's a life pump for the Avalanche to get that. We talked about it right off the hop, Josh, how important the power play is for their fortunes. And that is a rather large power play goal to score they get their power play on the board again. They've been silent and snuffed out by the Stars penalty kill for a while. And obviously, and I'll be Captain Obvious, the timing of it is, that's these last-minute, last-second goals just change momentum in games, and they're a little chestier going back in the room. They might have been hanging it. Another deficit, another first goal given up, and all this stuff. And instead, it's just a moot point first period, and they've got 40 minutes to try to win a hockey game.
Officially, it comes at 19:59. Lehkonen from McKinnon and Makar, who get back onto the score sheet after they had been frustrated. That is the first Avalanche first-period goal of the entire series. This is Game 5, and they were a half-second away, basically, from another scoreless opening frame. And while it is certainly a shot in the arm for Colorado, Stars will have to live the other end of that, shake that off, but still don't find themselves trailing. They just lose their lead. It's still a series where Dallas has not played a second of it, trailing Colorado on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and look, to be honest with you, we're so used to the Stars being up around this, tied after one. They don't really annihilate anybody in first periods, and they seem to get better, especially in the middle frame, a lot. So we'll see where this one goes here tonight. It's not going to be an easy thing to make the Avalanche and a lot of their personnel go home for the summer forever here tonight. So they're going to have to earn it, and that was a large clapback from their power play.
So Joe Pavelski gets the even-strength goal, his first of the postseason at 9:03. Then Arturi Lehkonen, a power play goal, his sixth of the postseason, first of this series after scoring in all 5 games against Winnipeg. The buzzer beater has us even 1-1 after 1. Fans, registration is still open for the Dallas Stars Extreme Team Summer Camp Series. These half-day hockey camps are open to players and goalies ages 5 to 14. They include on and off-ice training. Register today, dallasstars.com/Star Centers. In Newkirk, Bruce Levine, they've got your Kia First Intermission Report. Comes your way after this on the ticket.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Do you think a tiny chip in your windshield is nothing to worry about? I'm Pascal with Safe Light. Sooner or later, every chip will crack. So don't wait. Schedule at safelight.com. We can come to you for free and repair that chip fast. And with most insurance, a chip repair is no cost to you. Don't let that tiny chip crack your whole windshield. Go to safelight.com for free mobile service. Conditions may apply.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
For nearly 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has fought day in and day out for every client we've had the honor of representing. In our town, in our community, we will always be the name you trust. Thomas J. Henry. Available 24/7 nights and weekends. San Antonio, Texas.
The Polaris Ranger XP1000 Texas Edition can help you rein in the Texas terrain. It's got an upgraded Gen 2 transmission, 29-inch tires, and pre-installed roof and winch, helping you be productive from dawn till dusk. Polaris. Think outside.
It takes hard work to get to the playoffs, but it's easy to apply for an auto loan with us. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we even handle everything electronically. Check out our Google reviews. We've earned a lot of fans of our own. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply. Subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking to take your sleep to the next level? Here's your chance. At Sleep Experts Memorial Day Sale, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets like the all-new Temper Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into a Sleep Expert store today. Find your dream bed now and get it quick with free and fast delivery to your door. Restrictions apply. See store or sleepexperts.com for details.
Are you struggling to get Wi-Fi in every room of your home? Maybe it's time to switch to Verizon Home Internet with Whole Home Wi-Fi. It's exactly what it sounds like. Fast, reliable Wi-Fi that covers your entire home. And it's included at no extra charge when you switch to a 5G Home Plus plan. So whether you're gaming in the basement, working on your laptop in the kitchen, or streaming your favorite shows upstairs, you can count on Verizon to make sure your internet reaches every room. And when you switch to 5G Home Internet, the price is the price, guaranteed.
That's right, no unexpected price hikes or hidden fees. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. It's your Verizon. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup. If recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders. Price guaranteed for 2 to 3 years depending on internet plan. For new Verizon Home Internet VHI households who have not subscribed to a VHI service within the last 90 days. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate exclusive of any other setup and additional equipment charges, discounts, or promotions.
Hey, baseball fans! Maverick Windows is hitting it out of the park this season. From now until October, when you purchase energy-efficient windows, you're not just scoring a home run on Slash Energy Savings. We'll also hook you up with free baseball tickets to the ballpark in Arlington. This exclusive offer is your ticket to enjoy America's favorite pastime in the state-of-the-art ballpark. Call Maverick Windows at 800-972-3631 or visit us online at maverickwindows.com. And step right up for free tickets to the game with new windows.
Are you ready for more? Hello, it's Dane Miner, General Manager of Freeman Toyota. And when you shop with Freeman Toyota, you get 3 years of complimentary oil changes, plus 3 years of complimentary tire rotations, plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty with every new Freeman Toyota. 3 years of complimentary oil changes, plus tire rotations, plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Like I said, you get a lot more, and you won't pay a dime for it. Come see us at 183 and 820 or shop online at freemantoyota.com.
The Dallas Stars, live on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
And welcome, everybody, to the Dallas Stars' first intermission report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. After 20 minutes of play at American Airlines Center in Game 5, we are all knotted up at 1 between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. Alongside Bruce Levine, I'm Owen Newkirk. Travis Huddleston is our engineer, live here from the AAC. Back at the Ticket Studios, Jay King, our technical director. Bruce, let's get right to our period recap and highlights, brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. Stars took the early lead, and it was Mr. Playoffs himself, Joe Pavelski, that got it going.
Out in front, shot, score! Joe Pavelski! The tip from Duchesne to Pavelski. And Dallas strikes first. Here in Game 5, they take a 1-0 lead on Pavelski's first of this postseason.
First of the playoffs, but the 74th in the career of Joe Pavelski in the postseason. Duchesne and Robertson, the assist at 9:03, 1-0 Stars.
The one thing you didn't hear on this goal was the forecheck by Jason Robertson that made this happen. The puck gets dumped into the Colorado zone. Jason Robertson, coming from the right side, is able to squeeze between two Colorado defenders, poke the puck free. Matt Duchesne on the left corner immediately sends it to the middle, and bing bang, it goes in, or bing bong as I like to say in the building. Pavelski on the backhand puts it immediately in the net before Georgiev knows what happens. It's a goal by Pavelski, gets the gorilla off his back, but it's the forecheck of Jason Robertson that turns the puck free that makes that goal happen.
Stars almost had another one, and it was Pavelski again, Bruce, as he had a really good look on a 2-on-0, gets the pass to the right side and just misses.
Yeah, Pavelski walking right down the middle, tried to go top shelf right side and just pulls it a bit. Pavelski had another chance on a power play later. Maybe things are starting to happen for Captain America.
Tanev had an open wrister, he just missed wide. Cale Makar had a great chance on a backhand. The Otter just pushed around the post. Jason Robertson from Pavelski, Bruce, on the power play went through the crease to the backside. Robo just missed. Otherwise, he has a tap in.
Yeah, that was another nice pass through the middle. But here's the difference. Dallas had some looks on the power play. They couldn't extend the lead to 2. That would have been huge, because what happens at the end of the period, completely deflating for Dallas.
So a penalty called on the Stars with just a couple of minutes left. Ryan Suter at 18:32 for holding the stick. With less than a second left in the frame, Colorado ties it.
4 seconds to go in the period. It's McKinnon for Lehkonen. He scores! A one-timer. Zeros show on the clock, but it looked like the shot beat the buzzer. And a power play goal from Arturi Lehkonen, maybe with under a second to play, appears to have tied Game 1 before the intermission.
It was with 0.6 seconds left when they showed the replay. Lehkonen 6th of the playoffs from Nate McKinnon at 19:59 officially, and it's 1-1 with a power play goal. First power play goal since Game 1 for Colorado.
Colorado gets the puck in the left side, ball. It is McKinnon. There's 4 seconds to go, but Dallas backs off, trying to stop the passing lane, and they don't do it as McKinnon threads the puck to the slot. Lehkonen with a one-timer. A split second later, the buzzer goes off, but it is beat the clock time. We always say never give up a goal in the last minute of a period. Well, the last second is even worse. So instead of Dallas leading in the locker room, it's tied 1-1 as McKinnon, who played 8:42 of the first period, McCarr played 9:42, so they're top-loading their best players, and McKinnon makes the difference on that pass to Lehkonen, and it's tied at 1.
Up next, we'll do a quick out-of-town scoreboard. It's 1-1 after 1 here in Game 5 on the ticket.
Learn to skate and play hockey for free at Children's Health Star Centers. Kids ages 4 to 14 can join Rookies programs presented by Whataburger. Equipment is included, and participants receive a free jersey to take home. For more information, visit DallasStars.com/rookies.
You probably only think about insurance when you need it. But at Higginbotham, we have local insurance specialists from coast to coast thinking about your risk and how to cover them year-round. We start with listening and end with a custom solution that fits your needs and budget. Whether it's for your home, car, family, business, or employees, Higginbotham protects what matters most to you. Higginbotham makes insurance policies personal.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
After you catch all the Dallas Stars action, get in on some of your own at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Put in a shift at the tables and discover hundreds of ways to grab a W. Go on a hot streak and score big from the slots. Then, cool off with a cocktail from one of our exquisite bars and lounges. It's time to discover your new winning tradition at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play.
Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit childrens.com to learn more.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Visit DallasStars.com every day for highlights of big saves, slick goals, and big hits. And to sign up for the weekly e-newsletter, Dallas Stars Insider. DallasStars.com is your one-stop shop for great Stars content and verified Stars tickets. Visit today.
All around in North Texas, I'm cruising in my car. Tiny sticker makes it quicker. If you see me dancing in my car, that's how good toll tax savings are. I love how much it saves me. Makes me feel like a genius, baby. And when my hands are tended to, my body starts to move. If you see me dancing in my car.
Small sticker, big savings at getmytolltag.com.
Hey Stars fans, come out and visit your local Children's Health Star Center, the best place to find ice time in the Metroplex. It's never too late to learn how to play with our Adult and Little Rookies program presented by Whataburger. These 5-week programs are sure to grow your love for the game of hockey. From public skating to our camps and clinics, there's something for everyone at your local Children's Health Star Center. Come see for yourself and enjoy everything we have to offer. Visit DallasStars.com/Star Centers for more information.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket!
Dallas Stars First Intermission Report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. We have a very short out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Higginbotham Insurance because there's no games tonight, but there are a couple of games going forward.
The Rangers will try to win in Carolina and end that series after blowing a 3-0 lead. Florida last night loses at home to Boston. They'll have to go to Boston down up 3-2 to close that one out, and it's 2-2 between Edmonton and Vancouver. In other words, Owen, there were two teams playing Game 5 at home with a chance to end the series. Both lost. This is the third chance for a team at home to close it out, see if the Stars can do better.
All right, up next, Joshua Razor's second period action. 1-1 Stars and Avalanche after one right here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
The Ticket.
Welcome back inside American Airlines Center. Start of the second period. Josh Bogorod and Darryl Ray. 1-1 is the score here in Game 5. The Stars with a 3-1 series lead. And we talked about as we were going off the air in intermission now to reset Razor. A power play goal for Colorado with 0.6 seconds left from Lehkonen. Changes the complexion, but also makes the opening period a wash.
Yeah, you look at the two goals. A tremendous play by Jason Robertson to pursue and dislodge on the forecheck. Pretty sweet dump, too, after I think it was Duchesne won the faceoff in neutral ice, and then Matt bunts it over to Pavelski, and they're up 1-0. The power play goal, it stings a little bit when it's late like that. Unable to take some of the time and space away from Nate McKinnon with Sam Steele, who's been outstanding in the playoffs and in this series. That's all he needs, just a little window, six sauce, pass into Lehkonen in the slot, and just like that, perfection for 19 minutes and 59 seconds, and bang, it's all gone, and they start tied up here in the second.
Rope Hintz not available tonight. It threw the lines into a bit of upheaval. What do you think about the way those four lines looked for Dallas?
Yeah, they were okay. Not as good as what we've seen in recent periods, I don't think, but man, they put an awful lot of back pressure on the Avalanche in a defensive vein, and it's been excellent again tonight.
Underway here in the second period. 14 seconds and counting into it as the Stars will grab in the attack zone. Jamie Benn. He'll slide it just past the reach of Heiskanen, and the Stars have to reset neutral territory. Miro Heiskanen, 7 points in the series. He'll flip in. Then in the trapezoid, it is fought for. Behind the net, plucked down by Jonathan Drouin. Drouin's last postseason appearance before entering a couple days ago was in the 2020 bubble. So this is the first time in nearly a decade since he's been playing at this level in front of an atmosphere like this with fans in the building. Sent back into the Star zone, Tanev, who left for a couple of minutes back in that opening period, gave everybody elevated heartbeat here in Dallas. Appeared no worse for the wear once he returned. Out there on the ice now is Middlestat from the right wing. Will drop it in behind the net. Parisi gets shouldered off by Lindell. Separated from the puck, but the Stars don't clear. Taves got it to Middlestat. His shot tipped in front. It's loose deep in the crease. And Andres got it underneath him with that blocker and the stick in hand. Freezes at 18:39 left in the second period.
Real good concentration and save by Ottinger in a scramble situation. Another turnover, and Matt Duchesne leads the Stars in that category, trying to get it out of the zone, and they had to all track back to the puddle after that, and Jake to the rescue, just got the pad sealed off on the ice, and it rattled around for a second, but didn't find a window to get all the way through. That is Zach Parise. You know, in the early stages of this series, you just didn't see the old Parise, right? Like, that was his game. He would get to the net repeatedly, always, over and over. This is 1,375th game for him here tonight, regular season and playoffs, and he was right on the lap of Ottinger.
39-year-old, as it's cleared all the way down by the Stars. You talk about what he and Pavelski have meant to U.S. hockey for the last decade and a half, and he's already said he's calling it quits. I'd say league-wide, these are two guys who probably have a lot of people rooting for them to get what so far has been that elusive cup. Obviously, one of their journey is going to end in round 2. Faceoff is back in the Star zone, and Sagan on the draw with McKinnon. It's controlled by Dallas, lifted up by Heiskanen, falls and bounces into the Colorado end. They've taken an assist away from Makar on that Lehkonen tally, so the solo assist for Nate McKinnon. The two of them play catch, Lehkonen to McKinnon, over to Makar, and he'll prance back, feed it for Taves between the blue lines, and pitchforked in by McKinnon, glove down Harley. He's got plenty of space. Exits on the outlet feed for Tyler Sagan. Has eaten up Colorado this season, regular season and playoffs. And then offside, Wood was looking one way, the pass went the other, and he crossed early before he accepted. 17:53 left in the second, 1-1.
Well, you can see that the Avalanche and Jared Bednar, their head coach, are trying to use more guys here tonight. McKinnon's playing a ton, as he usually does, but some of the others, in particular Rantanen, they have no Val Nichushkin. Their minutes are down a little bit, trying to spread it out, maybe play a pacier game here. It did not work in Denver when they just loaded the big boys, the team, over and over again, and they got nothing done.
Stars with the fourth line out there. Faceoff comes just outside of the Colorado blue line. It's controlled by the Avalanche. Johnson to Walker. Off the stick of Kiviranta. Tanev gets hit by Colton. That was the combination on that heavy late check in Game 4 at Ball Arena in Denver. Kiviranta bounces one up towards the blue line. A shot stopped in the slot. Turnaround in Colton's bid. Couldn't get through traffic. Kept in the zone by Colorado, but then pressured as Colton was dealing with something up high, and puck winds up out of play, but Colton didn't look all there as that puck came to him with a chance to keep the shift going.
He's their hit leader in the playoffs and has cup experience from his days with the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that line has given, I would think, their side exactly what they need more of. Colton, Kiviranta, and Wood. A lot of shifts in the offensive zone, a lot of friction when they're out there. Another big block, though, by Tanev on a pretty wide-eyed look for Colton in the slot. Doesn't get through.
17:28 left in the second period. Face-off in the Star zone. Puck dropped, and it's controlled back along the near side by Stankoven. Leaves it on the half wall. McKinnon goes for Rantanen. His spin attempt off a skate. Back for McKinnon left wing. Manson, and it rolled on him as he was trying to shoot immediately. Reset here for Colorado.
They just have not been as fluid with stuff like that, right, in the series. It's been fits and spurts with it. The Stars, I think, have been very consistent with their team game.
Dallas with possession. Esselindell right on the Stars line. Few steps forward to center, then he risks one in. It'll horseshoe the boards to the right wing. Johnson is canceled out by the check of Drouin. Ottinger out to put it on a platter for Thomas Harley. Harley accelerates through center ice. Puck on his stick as he enters the Avalanche zone. Off of it to Robertson, back for Harley. And the C's parted. Into the glove of Georgiev goes the long-range wrister.
Thomas Harley has been a consistent play ender in his own zone. He's been fantastic at taking the puck off of both the Golden Knights and now the Avalanche, and a play starter. His ability to do what he just did, mule the puck up the ice, or just feed a forward with it. Just not a ton of offense to go along with the stout defending.
Avalanche win the draw. They'll bring out through center. Parise across the red line. Soft feather in. Harley's first man back. And he gets checked by Duhaime. Stars don't clear. Kept alive on the right side. McCarr fires a wrister. And Parisi was knocked down by Harley, a little slow to get up between the circles in the star zone. Dallas comes the other direction. One-hand play by Duchesne, cut off down the wall by Taves. Springing forward, Andrew Cogliano. Back for Duhaime. His shot was mostly blocked as he wound to fire, and the Stars clear it. Taves in retreat for McCarr. In front of the benches, flung down the sheet. That's icing against Colorado. 15:55 left in the second period. Still 1-1. Stars in the Avalanche.
They're down a man, right? Like they don't have everybody on their bench. It looks thin. I haven't seen Trennan hit the ice for a long time, and now they have Parisi, who's dealing with a wonky back, I would think, after getting a lower lumbar massage from Harley.
Yeah, Trennan, you're 100% right, and limited to only 2 minutes and 16 seconds so far. Not on the bench. Both of these teams have had to deal with that, with absences. It's usually the mark of a playoff series.
It's the war of attrition, especially when you're, encroaching upon midway through the Stanley Cup.
Dodonov, he and Jack Johnson battled down the wall. Walker turned over. Marchman intercepted. And Heiskanen a drive and reaching up and gloving it. The one that was giving Georgiev the most problems was his defenseman Johnson, who was nearby, and Georgiev handled it.
That was eye high for Jack Johnson, and he was like, I'm not eating this one. And I'm not taking the glove hand to the side of the cranium either. He did his job in moving Dodonov away from the net front, and a snare by the glove hand of Georgiev, who was a workhorse in the regular season. I mean, he played a lot. You wonder whether it might catch up to him. He hasn't been overly taxed here in Game 5 tonight, though.
Yeah, that head tap was a huge thank you from Johnson after Georgiev saved him. Looked like a dad rescuing a son with a foul ball going hot down the line in the stands of the baseball game. Jamie Benn on the attack zone. He gets into the trapezoid, then darting in. Stankoven just quick to the loose puck, up and down the left side wall. Stankoven for Johnston. Spin around, shot kicked out by Georgiev. Stankoven again grabs it in front for Johnston. He got jammed a bit, and it goes wide. Rolls out to center. Twice Logan Stankoven, just the quickest guy on the ice. Collision right in front of the benches. Jamie Benn trading some paint.
With Ross Colton. Man, Wyatt Johnston had that chance. Colton just got there in the nick of time to foul him up.
Johnston, a nice spin to elude Walker. Fed it across Stankoven. Holds up in front. Georgiev made the save. Fox in nearby as well. Johnston tried to go back for Lindell. Dallas in the midst of a switch. And McKinnon, diving play, lunging Lindell to take it away. Lehkonen is turned aside by the blocker of Ottinger. Back comes Radek Faksa. The Stars now on the attack. Steal right wing. Across went the pass, but too far for Smith. Stolen back by the Stars. Radek Faksa. He broke a 1-1 tie in this building in Game 7 10 nights ago. Game 7 hero against Vegas. Crowd wanted a call after Stars' fourth line was out there doing work. They drew one earlier in the game. Here it's off the curved glass and out of play by the Dallas bench. 13:59 left in the second period. It remains 1-1. Dallas and Colorado in Game 5. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the ticket.
Hey Stars fans, this is Jason Robertson.
Trying to chase is Robertson. He'll catch up, have to turn off the right wing. Robertson, he scores! Jason Robertson does it again!
Get your daily Stars fix by following the Dallas Stars on X, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. It's the best place for team news, behind-the-scenes content, and epic moments you won't want to miss. One state, one team, Texas hockey.
After you catch all the Dallas Stars action, get in on some of your own at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Put in a shift at the tables and discover hundreds of ways to grab a W. Go on a hot streak and score big from the slots. Then, cool off with a cocktail from one of our exquisite bars and lounges. It's time to discover your new winning tradition at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play.
Right now at 7-Eleven, get a Big Bite hot dog and a large Big Gulp drink for only $3. It's the kind of big meal that'll make you feel like a big deal. A big shot, a BIP. That's big important person. You could be top dog with a hot dog, a big wig with a Big Gulp. Stop by 7-Eleven and grab a big meal deal for only $3 with 7 rewards. But don't get a big head.
Valid through 1/7/25. 7-Eleven has the right to end this promotion early. All rights reserved. Plus tax. Participating U.S. stores only. See app for full terms.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
Full barn to cap off a beautiful day in Dallas. And Game 5 going on here at American Airlines Center. 6 minutes into the second. Stars and Avs knotted at 1. And a volley of chances here just a moment ago. The Wyatt Johnston line, and then followed up Lehkonen, who's looked more like the Arturi Lehkonen of the opening round against the Jets here tonight, has their goal on the power play and just got stoned by Ottinger a moment ago.
Pavelski wins the draw, center ice logo. Dallas can't dump it in, clogged along the wall. Parisi feeds Manson, he's got Rantanen. Caught halfway down the boards, turned away by Heiskanen. Cleared out by the Stars. This is going to slide the distance. It will be icing. 13:41 left in the second period.
Well, I will say this, and it's from the obvious department. It is really difficult to win. You can call this a razortorial or razorlytics if you'd like. It's hard to win if you never lead. It really is. They proved that you can do it if you just lead by the tail end of things in game number 1, but the Avalanche have not been able to get their tail in the air and ahead of the Stars at all in this series.
And the clock is just growing and growing as Taves moves it off for Rantanen, gloved by Ottinger. They are almost at 280 minutes of time played without a second of it with Dallas trailing.
I mean, you can go through any list of statistics and analytics, and they'll all tell you the same thing. If you score first and you lead, your chances of winning go way up, whether leading in a game or leading in the series. And if you're constantly trailing, summer's right around the corner. And give the Stars a ton of credit for playing tight defensive hockey, tight 5-man, 2-way hockey, and just grinding the Avalanche and keeping them from getting a lead.
Another false start on this face-off. We'll do it again in Dallas territory. Sagan and Rantanen.
Rantanen's their best face-off guy. They're not a very good face-off team. He's their best.
And Sagan wins it cleanly back to the corner. Heiskanen. Now Harley up ahead, off of Sagan, off the glove of Taves. Loose at center ice, tapped in by Sagan. He pursues. Taves banks it up for Zach Parise. Pass was behind Makar, becomes a turnover. Dodonov thought he had help on his left. He didn't. And it hops up and into the Dallas bench, out of play.
See, that's the stuff that just keeps happening on their side. I don't know whether they're just not crisp, if they're trying to play too fast or whatever it is, but I mean, Parise has an easy bump to Makar, and that's what they'd like to do. Use Cale Makar like a forward coming out of their own zone, and he just sends a grenade into his skates, and the Stars almost end up with a counterattack off of it.
They've got an offensive zone face-off here. Jamie Benn on the draw. The Stars win it. It's Lindell, and he will flip it off the sidewall. Behind the net it goes. Stankoven pushes over to the corner to get there himself. Drouin, though, steals. He's got Lehkonen, who dumps it in. A one-hopper from center ice. As Lindell for Tanev gets hit by Lehkonen. Johnston pokes it a couple times away from McKinnon. Manson stepped up on Stankoven. Jamie Benn over to the left. Stankoven. He gets hit again by Manson in front of the Dallas bench. Forces it the other way. In with speed. McKinnon, and he's turned aside. He came slicing through the Stars, and Ottinger made the stop.
Little broken play, and man, he just hits the nitro. Two good stops on the rush for Jake Ottinger. Lehkonen a moment ago, and then that one on McKinnon. Same line.
Devon Taves over to Makar from the Colorado blue line. His pass ahead for Wood. Foxa hit Makar shortly as he was moving it up. And then Steele battling with Kiviranta. Jack Johnson does not keep it in. Steele will play it forward for Foxa. Cut off by Makar. Craig Smith there as well. It gets past Foxa, and now Wood leads the counter rush here for Colorado. Miles Wood delays, right circle. Knocked away by the stick of Heiskanen. Around and off the referee. So on we go on the right wing point. Snap by Makar to Johnson. A little bit of a mishandle. Worked in deep. Foxa plucks it from a scrum in the trapezoid and lifts it with the high flip out to center ice. Johnson just did play keep away from Smith, but then darting in to help strip it away is Sam Steele. There's two sticks, broken shrapnel, all inside the zone. Stars hold it in. Robertson to the left, a shot fought off by the left hand of Georgiev, bounced to the corner.
Duchesne had come off the bench on a change and was wide open. Maybe Georgiev's best save of the night.
It remains 1-1. 11:07 and counting remaining. Second period. Game 5. Stars lead the series 3-1. Wobbling puck not hard enough for icing. Nearly turned over by the Avalanche, but the Avs bring it back. It's Manson. 3-on-2 for Colorado. Manson to the right. Here's a chance. Mittelstadt and saved by Odger. He delayed and tried to go to his backhand. Odger stayed with him, and the Stars will dump the other way.
Stars need to tighten up, though. That's 3 rush opportunities for the Avalanche here. The Stars are too loose all of a sudden.
Esa Lindell for Dodonov, the handoff, and in comes Sagan. Sagan left wing side, backhand, and Georgiev made that stop. Chances opening up here in the second period. It's Dodonov, slip pass attempt for Sagan. Couldn't get it through. Sagan gets shoved. Manson's got the puck. The Avalanche escape, and they cough it right back up. Marchment goes down, Rantanen nearby, arms stay down, and play continues on. Marchment, an area pass, hit the skates from earlier, and a huge check as Manson gets shouldered down by Esa Lindell. Those sticks were there, the puck hit it, and then Manson got upended by Lindell. Crowd is into it. Many of them on their feet as Wyatt Johnston's in on the forehand. Turns. Johnston angled a pass off a stick. Loved by Tanev. Touched by Dodonov. Jamie Benn over to Tanev. On the right side boards. Chris Tanev keeps it moving. Dodonov leaves it for Johnston. Johnston. Edge of the trapezoid. Benn trying to hop his way past a pile. Back on the forehand. Taken by Makar, not cleared. Heiskanen waits, shoots, and it's blocked over to the corner. Benn hops out of the way of the check attempt from Cogliano. Logan Stankoven, stutter step on Cogliano. Switch of directions one more time. Hand off Benn. Stars have the cycle working. It's dropped down for Johnston. He didn't realize it, so Stankoven to the loose puck, if that's not a redundancy. On the right wing side, it's Benn. He's got Tanev to the left wing. Miro Heiskanen dances to the inside, goes back to Benn. Tanev, Heiskanen, one-timer! And sent around off the high glass, kept in the zone. Taves with it. He'll clear it over the glass out of play. It's going to be a delay of game. The Stars were leaning on Colorado. They were exhausted, and it got away from Devon Taves. 8:40 left in the second period. 1-1 game, and the Stars are going on the power play. What a sequence. They're loving it in Dallas, and it'll be a Dallas man advantage when we come back. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
And now, two pigeons bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Hey, Frank, a little birdie told me you don't need a satellite dish to get DirecTV.
What's little birdie? Was it Jimmy the Sparrow?
It's a figure of speech. Point is, you can stream DirecTV over the internet now.
Oh, sure. Next you're going to tell me those big birds are made of metal and filled with people, right?
You mean airplanes?
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Terms and restrictions apply.
What seems to be the problem?
Doctor, thank God. My husband found out Cricket Wireless has 5G plans for $15 a month, and his jaw just dropped.
Did he hear about Cricket's blazing fast 5G?
Yep.
What about their reliable nationwide coverage?
Yes, that too.
I see. Unfortunately, there's no cure. But you will have really fast 5G.
Get jaw-droppingly fast 5G for $15 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Video may be limited to SD. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. Subject to change. See store for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket!
Well, look, if you want to eat, you have to hunt, and that's exactly what Wyatt Johnston, Logan Stankoven, and Jamie Benn just did as a line, and group in that the D pair of Tanev and Esa Lindell. Lindell just blew up Manson. They poured the heat on him, forced a tired Taves into a puck error, shot it into the lower bowl. Stars power play at 1-1.
And it begins with an offensive zone faceoff win for the Stars, stolen back by Colorado, cleared out. Wood hustling, but Heiskanen gets to it first. Stars are 0 for 1 on the man advantage. The Avalanche, only goal they have in the game came on their lone power play. Stretched up, Robertson turns in. Robertson to the left, score! Miro Heiskanen! Power play perfection from Dallas. Robertson to Heiskanen. The two guys who have points in every game this series have given the Stars the lead.
Well, you're missing one guy in the equation, though. What a sapient up from Joe Pavelski to spring the rush. They bump it back immediately. He gives it to Jason Robertson on the right wing side. He scrambles in. Essentially a 2-on-0 on the power play on the rush. And the architect is Robertson. The tradesman is Miro Heiskanen, who's having a heck of a playoff again for the Dallas Stars.
Heiskanen with his 5th goal of the postseason. It is the most of any D-man in these playoffs. Hand pass kills action. It's also his 13th point of the postseason, which increases his Dallas lead. Robertson's got a 2-assist game. Pavelski has a 2-point game. And that is a costly delay of game set up by the pressure that Dallas put on prior to the commercial break.
Well, the Miro Heiskanen show on the Stars power play has been something else. And the Ben 5-on-3 goal, Miro's seam one-timer, Miro's screen past Jamie Benn, and then that one there.
Taves with a shot off the glove of Ottinger. Lifted out by Dallas and bounces into the Colorado end. Taves for McKinnon. Touched into the attack zone for Colorado. Dallas 1 for 2 on the power play. They are 5 for 14 in the series. And 9 for 28 in the postseason. Just tremendous. Behind the net, Lindell moved around. It's Rantanen. Soft dribbler up near the blue line. Johnson kept it in. 2-1 Stars. The 3-1 series lead, a chance to close things out tonight on home ice. Esa Lindell is back to grab. Keeps it moving as he offers over to Tanev. Off of Dadonov and into the Colorado zone.
You just look at these games, it's another lead for the Stars, and can the Avs counterpunch again?
Dadonov over for Harley. His shot blocked wide. Harley came loose, a dangerous guy offensively.
Good play by Walker, the other defenseman.
Marchment turns, fires, low shot, and it's saved. Stars get back to it. They've had some stretches like this in the offensive zone here in the second period. Spin by Marchment. He'll get it behind the net for Tyler Seguin. Off the backboards, Seguin stepping on the puck. Supporting cast members in both green and white. Jammed along the wall, and it's Dallas who comes away with it. Evgeny Dadonov all the way up near the line. Dadonov is pursued. Keeps it in. Circles it in along the backboards. Clearing attempt does get past Marchment, but it's going to go the distance. And just enough for Harley to win the race against Kiviranta on the icing and set up the faceoff in the Colorado end.
I think the two areas where the Stars have made great strides under Pete DeBoer are cycling and forechecking. They have a forecheck goal here tonight. Their cycling game set up the power play goal a minute ago. The sexy rush game usually gets stifled come playoff time. We've seen some of it from the Avalanche, though, here in the second period. You kind of have to grind and hang on to pucks and make plays and wear down the defenses of the other side.
Defenses might be worn down here. Colton's taking his time. Gets the delay off the icing. He'll stay in the face-off dot against Duchesne.
Better not get too cheeky.
All 5 Avs have been out there a minute prior to the puck drop or more. Chance to clear for Colorado, and they will. Can you imagine if they would have called it? As it's played back in and whistled down on the entry. 6:10 left in the second period.
Well, you wonder, though, like, you know, the officials nowadays don't take as much guff as they once did, and you know, you already gave him a warning, and he's right at him verbally, and you're like, hey, you want to keep at it? Watch this. Gets him on a flinch. I'm not going to argue it. There's no review on it, and the Stars would be on the power play again.
Lift in by Heiskanen. Two-hopper to the backboards. Josh Manson, veteran defenseman, goes forward for Parise. He gets slowed down by Pavelski. And Suter back into the corner. Off the side of the net, rolled up off the netting and stayed out. And the Stars able to clear. 2-point game for Joe Pavelski. Up to 142 points in his illustrious playoff career. Here's Manson with a drive. Save. Ottinger controlled his rebound and covered it up with 5:33 remaining in period number 2. A power play goal. Heiskanen from Robertson and Pavelski has Dallas back in front. They've got a 2-1 lead here on the ticket.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
TXU Energy is changing the game with Live Your Free, the first and only plan of its kind that automatically adapts each month to give you free energy when you use it most.
What if I use the most during the day?
Enjoy free energy all day, every day.
What if I suddenly become a night owl?
Your nights are free, automatically.
What if I go weekend warrior?
Free energy all weekend, my friend.
So the savings change with me.
And you never have to change a thing. TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Free energy charges and time periods defined in Plan EFL. TDU and other bill charges apply normally. Visit TXU.com for details.
Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit childrens.com to learn more.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket!
5.5 minutes to go in the second period of Game 5 here at American Airlines Center. The Stars up on the Avalanche 2-1, and Joe Pavelski has had a hand in both. Scored one and set up the power play goal. He came into tonight's game tied with Nils Lundqvist and Jake Ottinger in scoring for the Stars in the playoffs. He's blown that out. I don't think Otter's going to catch him.
I was going to say,
I have my doubts about Nils, too. I wonder what Joe Pavelski's numbers are in his career in closeout games. I bet it's like gargantuan. I bet he puts up big numbers when it matters the most.
Stars bring through center. Ben slips it. Johnston on the forehand. His shot got mostly blocked Slid through a corner of the crease and wide.
How good has this line been in the second period?
So good, and it's Lindell, high slot, double clutch, and a shot. Saved by Georgiev. Stankoven in front looking for the tip. Dumped in by Lehkonen. Ottinger stays put. Under 5 to play in the second period. 2-1, Dallas has the lead. It sounds like Dallas has the lead has been uttered a bit in this 5-game series so far. It's because it's the only thing that's happened other than a tie. All Dallas in front. Here's Girard down the left wing side. Banked around. Casey Middlestat immediately gets hit. Squeezed by Steele. Up high to the blue line. Shot. Ottinger with the save. There is no loose puck. A little bit of a frustration slap down with the stick from Mikko Rantanen after the latest whistle.
And Jake's been like a Dyson vacuum back there. I mean, Rantanen's just sniffing for a rebound in front of the net, and it sticks to him. He cups it with his glove, too, and there is no rebound. There are many layers to why the Stars have either been tied or ahead in this series. I mean, every aspect of their game has been excellent. Primarily, though, their checking game.
Stars from their near side wall, defensive zone. Unable to clear. Rantanen battling for it. Knocked down by Lindell. Up the side wall and then off of Drouin. Kept Makar. He'll funnel it low for Rantanen again. Lindell with him. Over to Drouin. Shot blocked by Tanev, the defenseman. Not cleared, though, by Dallas. Avalanche work the width of the zone. Drouin up high. Makar over to Taves, left point. The forward McKinnon is up near the blue line. The handoff now for Makar. Switch of directions. Got a pick.
That's
right side.
That's a penalty.
And then Ottinger got over and made the save on the tight angle attempt. Then the Stars with a heavy hit as Rantanen got knocked down after the whistle. They check on him. That pick play up top from McKinnon had the crowd and you asking for a call. They're checking Rantanen, and it looks like it might be a call the other way against Dallas.
It was the old tumbling, scalded cat save out of Ottinger as he came across, jammed himself on the pipe. Timber head first and hung onto the rebound again. It's a pick. For my money, I think they should allow picks in the offensive zone just to open up a little more ice. Yeah, Tanev got into it with Rantanen, and Rantanen went down immediately to draw the call, and you can see that the Avalanche understand their best avenue to getting to a Game 6 in this series is their power play, and a very good penalty killer off the ice, a very dangerous power play back on the job, and special teams have been such a humongous part of the equation in this series, in the playoffs in general, and there's no question he got the cross-check up in the lips of Rantanen. It should have been a penalty, but there should have been a penalty on McKinnon up top too. The Stars' penalty kill has been so good on the road, but it has not been as good, anywhere near as good here at American Airlines Center. They came into tonight at 58%. Like, yikes. Killed only 7 of 12, and what are they, 0 for on the night heading into this one here, so.
High sticking penalty. It's a single minor against Tanev. 16-16 of the second. Colorado tied the game late in the first on the power play, trying to do it here in the second once again. McKinnon moves it over to Makar, snaps it low. Drouin, third of his points in the regular season on the power play. Game of catch back on his blade. Drouin. Steele is taking away the lanes that he can. They'll work the right side. Now over to Makar. Left circle. Quickly over for Lehkonen. Nice job by the Stars, Johnston, and it's cleared.
Yeah, he and Harley both. They're looking for that. That is their number one desire, to hit Lehkonen in that bump position right in the middle of the slot.
McKinnon galloping in with speed. He'll drop it back for Rantanen. Poked away from him, but held in the zone. Drouin on the left wing. Down the wall, McKinnon bounces back up for Drouin. The forward at the point. Center of the zone, Makar. Got it to Rantanen on the right wing side. He's at the outer hash marks of the circle. Crowd booing. As a shot snapped wide by Makar. Rantanen gets it. There come the boos again. He's the man who drew this penalty. Makar, wrist shot, score! He goes barring in. Cale Makar let it rip from the top of the zone. The Avalanche get their second power play goal of the game, and it is tied at 2.
Man, that had vaselinity on it and pace and perfectly placed. You could hear it just tink off the crossbar once they worked it around. Every power play tries to get the penalty kill chasing a little bit. Radek Faksa was anticipating a pass to the flank off to the left of Makar. He saw the opaque knot of bodies in front of the net, and Jake Oettinger never saw it. He dropped down and guessed wrong. He moved to his right. That thing was perfectly placed. And even if Jake had picked it up on its way to the net, I don't know if he'd have got it. Bar down, a couple of power play goals for Makar in the series.
Yeah, that's his 4th goal of this postseason. And it's not as late as it was in the first period when there was 0.6 seconds left on the clock. This one, 2:36 to go.
Their power play keeps answering, though.
You were talking about the home penalty kill statistics. Virtually all of the damage has been done now in 3 games. The 2 game ones, Vegas and then Colorado, each went 2 for 2 on the power play. Colorado is 2 for 2 here in this game so far. Joe Pavelski across the line. Handoff for Duchesne. Back to a level score line. Miro Heiskanen. Up near the blue line. Hands it off for Suter. Suter dealing with some contact down into the corner. The 2 second period goal scorers, the 2 D-men who will always be linked. Heiskanen for Dallas, Makar for Colorado. Has us tied here late in this middle frame.
Cale Makar was not very good in Denver. Excellent in game number 1. Heiskanen had completely dominated that matchup. They're both prancing tonight, yes.
Heiskanen's the first to the puck. Gets hit by Duhaime, keeps it going. $1:30 and counting remaining in the period. Pavelski is given a lane. He'll cross center, shoot it into the Avalanche zone. Put on a platter, Georgiev for Manson. Goes off the body of Duhaime, turned over to Dallas, but Marchment couldn't accept the pass, then ran into Manson and was knocked down.
Josh Manson struggled a little bit here tonight. Just sent a brisk one around the boards there.
Stars attack in. Dodonov goes wide on the left, fed it back to the right side. Sagan over to Tanev, return to Sagan. The final minute here. Second period cleared out again by Colorado. Stars twice have had a 1-goal lead. Twice the Avalanche power play has responded. Even strength here in the closing minute of the period. Nathan MacKinnon dances, feeds for Walker, and his shot was blocked. Dallas looking to counter. Marchment lobbed it up ahead. He was on the wrong side of center. And so that's icing on the disconnected pass by the Stars with 36.9 left in the period.
You got to make better decisions than that. You know, it was really late in the shift. Dodonov was tired anyway, and now they're going to have to stay out there. The Avalanche really didn't have much going on in the second period other than just rushes up the ice until that shift just prior to the power play. Both sides set up their power play goals with the shift before, with all that cycling and pressure.
Key face-off. Stick side of Oettinger. Tyler Sagan on the draw against Colton. Sagan moves early. They warn him after the icing. He'll stay in there. And win the draw back to Tanev. Keeps it moving. Harley wrapped around, and this is going to slow down on the chewed up ice. Dallas can mix in a partial change. 25 seconds left in the period. Parisi didn't come in cleanly. The Stars will have to fight for it back in their zone. 2 Avs run into each other. Dallas on the counterattack. Closing seconds here. It's left for Johnston. Back for Ben. Got to him off a deflection. Then played to the high glass by Parisi. 6 seconds to go. Stars Johnston. Ben. Sharp angle. Saved Georgiev. Around Heiskanen. His shot at the horn. Couldn't get through. And we were tied 1-1 after 1. We are tied 2-2 after 2. A potentially series-deciding Game 5 will go into the third period, all square between Dallas and Colorado.
Well, the big battles through 40 minutes. The two best lines in the game are whenever McKinnon's on the ice and whoever he's out there with, but mostly it's been Drouin and Lehkonen on their side of things. And it's been Wyatt Johnston and Jamie Benn and Logan Stankoven. I'm starting to believe that whatever line Stankoven's on is going to be a very productive and functional line it has here again tonight. And both of those three-man units have been excellent here through the first two periods. And then the two defensemen, Makar and Miro Heiskanen, are making things happen from the back end. So it's pretty obvious. I mean, you don't have to be from Mensa to figure out Stars need to stay out of the penalty box on home ice against the Avalanche. And outside of that, I like all aspects of the Stars game. It's just, look, you're going to earn it to extinguish and vanquish a team that has a bunch of guys that won a cup just 2 years ago, and they had all kinds of designs on winning another one this year, and they want to keep that belief alive and take this series back there to Denver once again. And the Stars, if they're going to win this game here tonight, it appears as though it's going to be by a bite, chip play, a broken play, a power play, whatever it is. It ain't going to be a blowout.
So let me ask you a question, and I don't know if it borders on Mensa level or not, but maybe a little more difficult than just stay out of the box. But yeah, if you want, break it out and do so. Crazily enough here, this is Game 5. It's the first time that we're tied at second intermission. It's been really just a lot of the Stars leading and then the Avalanche chasing come third period time. In this first look at this, what do we expect from both sides?
Well, you expect urgency and everything that the Avalanche can throw at the Stars, but not being goofy about it and opening up their back door by trying to make something happen. I don't know. I don't know what each side would do if the Avalanche ever got a lead, because it hasn't happened yet. How do they handle getting a lead? How do the Stars handle dropping behind?
Stars don't want to find out
in
tonight.
The series. And the Stars, I don't think they've played as good a line-to-line-to-line game here tonight. And it would be understandable because they've had to blow things up a little bit with the injury to Roope Hintz. What has been in place, though, has been their checking game. That's not up for debate, right? Everybody can skate, everybody can check, and they've done that here tonight. They just have not attacked with waves the way we've been used to them attacking here in these playoffs. And because of that, their power play is answering whatever the Stars can muster up here tonight, and we're going to have a 20-minute or more hockey game to decide Game 5.
So the Stars twice have had the lead. The Avalanche twice have erased it. It is 2-2 after 2 with the Deuces Wild here in Game 5 at American Airlines Center. Fans, you can check out Texas Hockey's digital home by downloading the Dallas Stars app. It's powered by AT&T. The app is your go-to place to manage tickets, check out live stats, and more. Download it now. 2-2 with 40 minutes in the books. Owen Newkirk, Bruce Levine. They've got your Kia second intermission report. Comes your way right after this. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs on the Ticket.
Hi everybody, Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Are you struggling to get Wi-Fi in every room of your home? Maybe it's time to switch to Verizon Home Internet with Whole Home Wi-Fi. It's exactly what it sounds like. Fast, reliable Wi-Fi that covers your entire home. And it's included at no extra charge when you switch to a 5G Home Plus plan. So whether you're gaming in the basement, working on your laptop in the kitchen, or streaming your favorite shows upstairs, you can count on Verizon to make sure your internet reaches every room. And when you switch to 5G Home Internet, the price is the price, guaranteed. That's right, no unexpected price hikes or hidden fees. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. It's your Verizon. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup. If recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup, may require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders. Price guarantee for 2 to 3 years depending on internet plan. For new Verizon Home Internet VHI households who have not subscribed to a VHI service within the last 90 days. Applies only to the then current base monthly rate exclusive of any other setup and additional equipment charges, discounts, or promotions.
Are you ready for a pick-me-up? Liqueur 43 is a premium liqueur made from a secret Spanish family recipe of 43 natural ingredients, and it's taking the world by storm with the original Carajillo. The original Carajillo is the fastest growing cocktail in Mexico today, and it can only be made one way. It's simple. Use equal parts Liqueur 43 in espresso or coffee. Pour it hot or shake it cold and pour over ice. Either way, it's a delicious treat that's perfect before you hit the town or after a big meal with friends. Impress your house guests and make this amazing cocktail at home. For more information and cocktail ideas, visit Liqueur 43 on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website at liqueur43.com. That's liqueur43.com. It's time for you to discover Liqueur 43 and the original Carajillo. Liqueur 43 and Zamora Company USA remind our friends to please drink responsibly.
It takes hard work to get to the playoffs, but it's easy to apply for an auto loan with us. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we even handle everything electronically. Check out our Google reviews. We've earned a lot of fans of our own. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hold on tight! The Six Flags Memorial Day sale is about to make your whole summer. For a limited time only, get a free Platinum upgrade when you buy a Gold Season Pass and a free Diamond upgrade when you buy Platinum. Experience maximum thrill with unlimited access to both Six Flags and Hurricane Harbor, popular events, exclusive discounts, and more for the rest of the season. So don't wait. This is your chance to go all out all summer. Visit sixflags.com to buy now.
The fight for justice never ends. In Texas, there's only one name you need to know. Thomas J. Henry Law. We're one of the biggest personal injury firms in Texas with the money to fight for you. We invest in expert witnesses, investigators, and cutting-edge technology because the best evidence wins cases. And you only pay if we win. No upfront fees, no hidden costs. We give back to the communities we serve, from school supplies for tens of thousands of kids to food for families and pets. Thomas J. Henry. Visit us online at tjhlaw.com. San Antonio.
This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Welcome, everybody, to the Dallas Stars second intermission report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. After 40 minutes of play here at American Airlines Center, it is the Dallas Stars 2 and the Colorado Avalanche 2. Owen Newkirk alongside Bruce Levine, live here from the Modelo Bar inside the AAC. And Bruce, that second period, as we do the period recap and highlights, brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play, had several swings in momentum.
First and foremost, Jake Ottinger was excellent in that period. Couple of golden opportunities early on, 5-by-5. Lehkonen walked right to the net, and Ottinger made a fantastic save. Then a few minutes later, Nate McKinnon gets a wide open look toward the cage, and Ottinger stops that as well. Keeps Dallas at 1-1. Colorado has yet to lead in this series in a game. They have not skated 1 second from in front.
And with the lead, the Stars got the lead again. It was 1-1 after one until Miro Heiskanen on the power play.
Stretched up, Robertson turns in. Robertson to the left. Score! Miro Heiskanen! Power play perfection from Dallas. Robertson to Heiskanen. The two guys who have points in every game this series have given the Stars the lead.
Fifth goal of the playoffs for Miro Heiskanen, Jason Robertson and Joe Pavelski the assist. 11:39 time of the power play goal. 2-0, Bruce, on a power play. This is a huge mistake by the Avs.
Huge mistake by the Colorado defensive penalty kill unit. Dallas loses the faceoff. The puck gets cleared. Miro Heiskanen drops it to Pavelski, and Pavelski makes a stretch pass on the right side. Somehow Jason Robertson gets behind the defense as Colorado has two men in front of the red line and two men at the red line. Robertson turns, And then Miro Heiskanen, who made the drop pass to Pavelski, blows right by the defender at center ice. It's a 2-on-0. Robertson comes up the right side. Georgiev has to play the shot, and Robertson just passes it over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen, easy finish. Dallas has a 2-1 lead. Bad defensive look for the Avalanche.
Controversial moment in the second period with the Stars with a lead as Chris Tanev called for high sticking with just under 4 minutes to go, and Cale Makar used that power play to tie the game.
Rantanen gets it. There come the boos again. He's the man who drew this penalty. Makar, wrist shot, score! He goes barring in. Cale Makar let it rip from the top of the zone. The Avalanche get their second power play goal of the game, and it is tied at 2.
Cale Makar's fourth of the playoffs from Jonathan Drouin and Mikko Rantanen. Power play goal at 17:24, 2-2.
Ottinger can't stop what he can't see. Lehkonen and McKinnon in front of the net take his eyes away, and Makar from about 50 feet out puts the wrist shot through the maze of bodies, upper right side, bar down. Ottinger can't stop it. But Owen, there's a couple of things that led to that power play. First, Nate McKinnon with a pick play on Sam Steele that was not called, that led to play in front of the net after Ottinger stopped the puck. Tanev gets cross-checked by Rantanen. He responds with a high stick. Only the penalty on Tanev is called, led to the power play, led to the tying goal.
And that's where we're at after 40 minutes of play. We'll do a quick scoreboard when we come back here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
This is Chris Lewis of Chris Lewis & Associates. Sometimes it pays to have a star on your team, like when you're accused of a serious crime or become the victim of a severe injury due to negligence. Events like these can destroy the life you've built unless you take fast action. Reach out to lewisdefense.com or call 214-444-1000. Let us fight for you. That's lewisdefense.com, your star team for criminal defense and serious injury representation.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
You probably only think about insurance when you need it. But at Higginbotham, we have local insurance specialists from coast to coast thinking about your risk and how to cover them year-round. We start with listening and end with a custom solution that fits your needs and budget. Whether it's for your home, car, family, business, or employees, Higginbotham protects what matters most to you. Higginbotham makes insurance policies personal.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Vancouver. Pivotal Game 5 between the Oilers and the Canucks.
So, Bruce, it's special teams keeping
of Ottinger and into the net. The Avalanche take the lead.
Well, this ends up being an absolute fluke goal. But what happened initially, Rantanen and Pavelski were down in the corner, and they sort of banged into one another. Rantanen is a much bigger human being, and it took Joe forever to get back up again. And by the time he went out into the slot area and engaged once again, it went off of Pavelski, up in the air. Ottinger had lost it, dropped down. Esselindell didn't know where it was, and he couldn't win the stick fight with Mittelstadt right off the side of the net. There's their lead.
That long stretch that we were talking about as it's played in and offside by Colorado. It is the first time in the series the Stars are looking up at the scoreboard and see them trailing and still game to play.
Got to have a touch of fortune in your game, too, to win in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they had some there.
So now Dallas, for as good as they've been this postseason, one thing they haven't had to do is erase a third period deficit against Colorado. Nobody was able to do it in that opening round between the Stars and Golden Knights. Heiskanen shot, blocked, turnaround, Sagan, and it turns aside save by Georgiev.
One of the things the Stars have been great at in the playoffs is answering right back again when something bad happens.
Icing against Dallas, Middlestat from Parisi and Girard at 1:12 of the third period, the go-ahead goal for Colorado.
In large, right, it's even strength. The Avalanche have been riding Makar and McKinnon a lot. The two of them have played more than anybody else in the game through 40 minutes. That line's been pretty good for them, functional. Parisi's been a hound. Rantanen's looked more like himself tonight. Middlestad's got great puck skills and puck luck on that one.
Middlestat was picked up for forward depth in the late season trade from Buffalo for young defenseman Bowen Byram. And he has the go-ahead goal here in the third. Face-off win. Colorado, McKinnon flips it over to Makar. He'll walk it in right circle. A shot slowed down on the block, and Ottinger able to stay with it. Hang on to it. Drouin was nearby searching for a rebound that never came.
Tyler's so good on draws, and he's over on his offside on the left wing side. He got beat clean on that one, and then great patience by the Avalanche. They bring the forward up top with the two defensemen, McKinnon. Tough to find shot block lanes when they do that. Great patience by Makar. Gathering in save by Ottinger.
Face-off glove side of Ottinger, but kicked out as Foxa, so in steps Sam Steele. If Colorado wins, Game 6 would be Friday night at Ball Arena back in Denver. If the Stars win, this is the end of the line for this series and the Avalanche season. It's up and into the Stars bench out of play. 17 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the third period for the Stars to try their luck at a comeback.
Just kind of trying to grind their way out of their own zone here right now. That, Sagan got beat on a draw, and then they're able to gather it, and then they shoot it into their own bench. It'd be, the third straight face-off in the Dallas zone, and the big boys out there again for these attack zone face-off for the Avs.
Wyatt Johnston against McKinnon. And the face-off is pushed out towards the point. Kept in by Taves. Avalanche go to work. Stankoven helped knife it away from McKinnon. Here comes Johnston. He'll fire in off the glass. Bounce towards the net. Georgiev had trouble handling it. Moved up to the point. Harley looking for a tip, and Ben unable to get one. Ben has it back. Now stolen along the sidewall. Johnston knocks down Lehkonen. Cleared past Tanev, who turns back to take over. His pass for Harley. Softly in. Ben pursuing Middlestat. Throws a check on him. Walker up for Parisi. His assist on the most recent goal. His first assist of this postseason. He had 2 goals. Here's Ben. Nice move. Jamie Benn holds up, and his shot blocked well wide to the corner on the left wing side. Back behind the net for Pavelski. Goal and an assist in the game. Over to Matt Duchene. Top of the zone, Heiskanen. Holds on. Goes back for Duchene. Across Robertson. In front. Tipped by Georgiev. Winds up on the right side wall. Kept in by Dallas. The high flip clearing attempt. Gets out to center ice. Esselindell shot it back in from there. 16:35 and counting left in the third period. Avalanche 3, Stars 2 in a series. Dallas leads 3-1. Dumped in by the Avs. Handoff to Suter, over to Heiskanen. Calm little handoff for Matt Duchene. He'll angle his way through center, across the Colorado blue line. Go wide on Manson. And the forehand off of the side of the net. As a centering pass pinballed closely back in towards Georgiev. Brandon Duhaime. His shot blocked, and then he goes awkwardly into the sidewall after Tanev blocked the shot.
He looked like a guy who has a stat line of 1 goal, no assists for 1 point in 21 Stanley Cup playoff games on that rush up the ice. Stars almost got their ugly goal to answer the fortunate goal the Avalanche just scored to go up 3-2, and Pavelski got to the net. I think it was Andrew Cogliano with him, and it just about rattled off them and past Georgiev. been kind of lurchy here in the third period.
Face-off win by the Avalanche. Taves over to McCarr at the right point. Down into the skates of McKinnon. Knocked away. Avalanche have to hold up. They touch up and then shoot it back in. Thomas Harley plays it around. Drouin is nearby. Comes away with the puck over to McCarr. Across. Settled. McKinnon with it. Up high Taves. Mostly fanned on his one-time attempt. Innocently to the corner, but Dallas doesn't clear. McCarr keeps it in. Nice move past Sagan. Kill McCarr shoots, he scores! That slip through Jake Ottinger. And the Avalanche have a 2-goal lead with 15:32 to play in the third period.
Cale Makar can be so capricious with his ability to just lose people. I mean, this one's going to have a little kitten's tummy on it. It should never go in. It's just a harmless-looking wrist shot that Ottinger, I think his mind got ahead of him there. He's starting to think about what the options were for Makar. It went off the tip of the stick of Thomas Harley, but it was out a long ways, and Jake was in retreat and not square up to that one. And instead of the Stars answering back, the Avalanche add to their lead, and this is becoming a bit of a crisis for the Stars to get their game and their offense going.
Dallas lifts it up out of play. It was deflected first. Makar with 2 goals in the game after a 3-game drought without hitting the score sheet. That was his 5th, and it ties Miro Heiskanen for the most among all defensemen in this postseason.
Well, so many times the power play personnel, your best offensive players, when that thing's dry and killing the other side, that it affects them 5-on-5.
Shot up high off the glass. 2 goals, 3 minutes, and 16 seconds apart. Stars bring back on the attack, trying to get it back within 1. A shot goes wide by Heiskanen. Steele over to Faksa. He fires it off target from an angle. Miro Heiskanen keeps it in. 4th line out there for the Stars. Sam Steele. Worked on by Manson. Back onto the forehand. Across off the skates of Faksa. It nearly got to Craig Smith, who was camped out in the crease and just could not find it.
Well, it was nice work by the netminder Georgiev to trail that left leg and block it. Puck played with a high stick here, I think.
Miro Heiskanen is chatting with the referee as they were trying to come out of their own zone, and indeed that is the whistle.
Man, Heiskanen and Makar are something else, aren't they? I mean, the series is broken down into those two individuals against one another. They are piercing the other side's defenses and making things happen offensively, and they have both been dynamic here tonight.
In the only Colorado win of the series, Makar had a goal and 2 helpers. He's got half of their 4 goals tonight. Ottinger with the glove save. 14:39 left in the third period. Still plenty of time, but the opening 5 minutes of the third period with the Avalanche season on the line, they strike twice to take their first lead and then add to it. Face-off in the Star zone, and it is controlled by Dallas.
That was part of this third period, too. The Stars, tons of draws in their own zone and not winning a lot of them.
Out towards center ice, Johnston has to touch back up. Ben on the forecheck. And after Taves, and Taves got out of the way, it was that monster check earlier in the series. Tip, score! Esa Lindell and Logan Stankoven cutting through. Look to get a piece. Dallas gets 1 back. It's a 1-goal game.
Man, oh man, Devon Taves, who's an excellent defenseman, missed Game 4 in their building and has struggled at times here tonight. And the best line for the Stars has been the line that just scored the proximity goal. Wyatt Johnston, Jamie Benn, and Logan Stankoven. I mean, Ben went firing in there, was going to obliterate on the forecheck, and then pass your problem along play by Taves to McKinnon, and it blows up in their face. Little snap wrister by Esa Lindell right in the middle of the offensive zone. Both Ben and Stankoven in layers to the front of the net. No way that Georgiev saw any of it. it bounces in and this thing's on again.
1:16 after Makar's goal. Stankoven's third of the postseason. Miles Wood on the attack. He'll cut to the net. And then Heiskanen got tripped up as Wood went in feet first also. The offense unleashed, and here's Duchesne. He'll carve his way in. He shot, and he caught the glass coming off the right wing. Robertson back for Duchesne. 2 quick goals for the Avalanche. 1 quick response for Stankoven and the Stars. 13:45 and counting remaining in regulation time. Game 5. Stars trailing 4-3. Heiskanen to Marchment. He'll play one in off the side glass. Left by Georgiev. The Stars, though, get to it first. Unable to get it out in front. Evgeny Dodonov. Back in the Dallas zone, Harley.
The Avalanche netminder had to play a little defense for himself behind the net. A little poke check.
Tyler Seguin holds up. Crowd is buzzing after the latest Stars goal. If Dallas can get one more, they can send them berserk. Dodonov through center ice. Shoots one in.
Penalty coming.
And a knockdown on Dodonov after the chip. A cross-checking call, not a needed one by Arturi Lehkonen. Power plays have been huge in Game 5, and Dallas has the latest. The officials are discussing it before the announcement. It'll be power play number 3 for the Stars. It comes your way when we come back. Offense aplenty in the third. Avalanche lead it by 1. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Hey Stars fans, Marty Turco here for Valley Ridge Roofing. Valley Ridge Roofing is not just a sponsor of the Dallas Stars, they're also our chosen roofing contractor. In fact, Valley Ridge has now completed 7 full roof replacements for Stars facilities, resulting in more energy-efficient buildings and significant cost savings. We chose Valley Ridge Roofing for 3 very good reasons: honesty, quality, and reliability. Valley Ridge Roofing, the official roofing contractor of the Dallas Stars. Visit their website at vrrctx.com.
Sometimes a situation arises where you have to take your best shot. Criminal defense, serious injury, wrongful death. Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. When you need to take your best shot, there's one name to remember: Chris Lewis and Associates, your law firm for criminal defense and catastrophic injury. Don't let a conviction or severe injury destroy your life. When you have one shot, make it your best. Let us fight for you. Call 214-444-1000 or visit lewisdefense.com.
The Stars on the Ticket.
The Ticket!
7 minutes into the third period here at American Airlines Center. Game 5, Stars and Avalanche. Stars up 3-1 in games. They trail 4-3 on the scoreboard, but heading to the power play, and it's a bit of one of those double whammies with Lehkonen in the box. He's a penalty killer for them. It's been a special teams night. The Avalanche are 2 for 2 on theirs. Stars are 1 for 2 on their power play. This would go under a mammoth one for Dallas.
6:59 of the third period. Time of the cross-checking call against Lehkonen. Ben from that left wing face-off circle to start it. Colton jumped early.
How was he not kicked out, though?
He stays in, yeah.
Stabbed Jamie right in the skate.
Most people on their feet here at American Airlines Center in anticipation of puck drop. The Stars fight for it and come away with it on the left side. Check thrown by Ben on Taves. Up to Heiskanen. A goal in the game. Top of the zone over to Robertson. 2 helpers. Sends it low. Pavelski. Robertson. Getting in the way was Colton. Played it nicely. Possession stays with Dallas. Heiskanen from the blue line. Drags, feeds Robertson. Low for Pavelski. Skates it up to the top of the left wing dot. The veteran goes to Robertson. In front and gloved by Georgiev. They tried to loft it to Ben, and Georgiev intercepted and hung on.
Such a huge part of winning faceoffs is the other guys, not the actual guy taking the draw. And you witnessed that there. They scrapped and clawed to get possession and then set up their power play after a battle right in the face-off circle. And, boy, they've been ears perked up, zinging the puck around on the power play tonight.
With no Rope Hintz, who's out day-to-day, Wyatt Johnston is on this top unit. The Stars win the face-off. Miro Heiskanen across the blue line, back for Robertson, looking for a tip. It was blocked by Taves. Gets it for Kiviranta, shorthanded, chips in from center ice.
One of the areas Jason Robertson always talks about, look out.
Dallas gave it away, miscommunication, no one home. Kiviranta can send it back to Makar. The Avalanche go to work on the clock. They airmail it down from their zone. Ottinger leaves it for Heiskanen.
Should have left it last time. That just ate up about 15 seconds.
Down to 57 left on the power play. The Stars rush in across the Colorado blue. Jason Robertson. Now Johnston, right wing circle, over for Ben. Settle shoots, and a save made Georgiev. Robertson on the right wing side. The reach from Pavelski. It's fought for along the circle, then played around the boards for Ben. Sends it down to Johnston. Ben gets it back. Over to Heiskanen. Half a minute left on the power play. Robertson to Heiskanen. He's got Ben, left wing side. Miro Heiskanen. Robertson collects it and waits. Up above the slot, a shot. Stopped by Georgiev. Pavelski, a little whack at the puck, trying to find it loose, and Georgiev had it secured.
I think Joe was mad at himself for not connecting on that wrist shot from the blue line. Perfectly tippable. He usually gets that as it came through, and instead he had to take a chop at the goaltender Georgiev after it, and it was lodged in their netminder's paraphernalia.
Face-off win by the Stars. Sagan. Heiskanen up at the line. 16 left on the power play. 2 defensemen out there. Mop-up duty on this man advantage. It's Dodonna with a shot fought off. Then Sagan out near the top of the crease. Taken away by Makar. He'll clear. And that will do it as Lehkonen comes out of the penalty box. The Stars got some looks and some shots, but the PK for Colorado holds. Remains 4-3 Avalanche. Sagan the chip in deep. Dodonna ties up there with Walker. Drouin forward for McKinnon. He'll turn on the Jets. Lindell got back to poke it away off the sideboards. Now it's Drouin. Walks it to the left circle. And a save made, right arm Ottinger. On the wrister from Drouin. Out of play it goes.
And Esa Lindell's made a lot of really good, like, lunging last second, almost semi-desperation defensive plays on McKinnon. You know, Esa's never going to match him in foot speed, but what Lindell understands are angles, and he has angled him a few times. Remember the diving play back earlier in the game? Otherwise, McKinnon's gone on a breakaway. It's like you have to just halter him a little bit. Easier if you had like a lasso or something.
Faksa and Drouin. Stick side of Ottinger. 10:38 left in regulation. Stars trailing 4-3 in Game 5. They lead the series 3-1. Walker will lift it up off the corner glass, bounces in behind the net. Stars come away. Steele takes his time. He's given room up ahead for Faksa. Could not maneuver past Lehkonen. Dumped in by Drouin, and the Avalanche change.
And the Stars could make life a lot easier if they win a few of these faceoffs in their own zone.
Faksa again trying to break through center. He'll knife it away. Force the Avalanche back to their own third. Josh Manson from one blue line on his side of the ice. Bounces in on Ottinger and had to hang on to the two-hopper. Rantanen and Suter tumble down behind the net afterwards.
You don't usually see a scoring chance from the neutral zone on a shot going about 8 miles an hour, but that was one just because of the sort of messy interchange between goaltender and defenseman. Suter's right there to run into the you have it, no you have it, and Ottinger had to get a lot of body in front of that bouncing puck. Here's another draw in their own zone.
Stick side, Ottinger looks to his right. Radek Faksa against Middlestat.
Stars couldn't change because of where that came from.
And when the goalie hangs on to it, and they invoke the icing rule if it came from behind center. There's a shot tipped, and it goes just wide. Dallas doesn't initially clear. Steele and Manson. Steele will get it back on the forehand. Then Foxa bumped it out safely for Suter. Some tired guys in green could use a change, but the Avalanche pull off as they switch up too. It gives Suter a chance to get to center and shoot it in. Stankoven and his line are out there. Pursuing on the forecheck. Cogliano nudges it forward, then managed to keep it in. Didn't get much on it. Jamie Benn will curl in front of his netminder, drop it for Suter. Ryan Suter for Johnston. Johnston, puck on his stick, slowed down, knocked down awkwardly into the boards in front of the Colorado bench by Duhaime.
Sort of lawn chaired, went neck first into the boards.
Heiskanen weaves in. One-handed by Taves. Heiskanen gets it back. High in the air, it bounces. Stankoven's on it, but the Stars have to reset at center. Then Drouin took it away. Jonathan Drouin over for for teammate, and Stankoven intercepted. Now it's Ben. Follow-up Johnston. Few Stars there, barrel rolling down. Drouin and Ben away from the play. Nate McKinnon curls in the attack zone. Nicely taken by Tanev, up ahead and out of the reach of Ben. They tried to catch him in the stretch pass. Instead, it's icing. And Ben and Stankoven have each been out there over a minute, will not be allowed to change.
Jamie with his stick on his knees and head down, coasting back into the Star zone. This happened earlier in the game. I think it was Marchman and Dodonov. You got to be aware of how long guys have been out there. When it happens quick down there, it's easier from up here, but put them in a predicament here. Another face-off in their own zone.
Duchesne on this draw against Middlestat. Instructions from the linesman. Face-off one and a quick shot by the Avs. Mikko Rantanen in the save from Ottinger. Ben across. Stankoven was changing. Dallas needed to mix in some fresh legs. They get it. Matt Duchesne in front of the Stars bench. Back for Suter. Ahead, Pavelski chipped it in on the backhand. Cut down by Girard. He'll use the glass and clear. Suter curls from inside the Dallas blue line. Over for Lindell. Shot in from the red. Horseshoes around the boards. Mikko Rantanen dumps it off the body of Suter. Quick restart. Here's Robertson, left wing circle. And he knocked down by Walker as he tried to slow things down. Suter broke up an entrance. Colton carries it in onside, right wing side. Colton drops it in front and cleared by Pavelski.
Both teams have been kind of guilty of turning pucks over here. They're trying to play territorial and get it in behind the other team's defense. They're not doing a very good job of it.
Stars are the team that need a goal. They're down 4-3, 7.5 and counting remaining in regulation time. The Avalanche need the game. It's game 5, and if the Stars win, series is over. Chris Tanev up ahead off of Dodonov. Short hop. Georgiev will drop it and keep it going. Walker took his time, just did get it around, not out of the zone. Kept in by Smith. Back down for McKinnon. Up ahead for Drouin. Now Lehkonen across the blue line and offside as McKinnon came in early to his right.
Good back pressure by Sam Steele.
6:59 remaining in the third period. Stars down 4-3, looking for a comeback here in Game 5. You're listening to Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
This spring, Texas is all about goals on the ice and savings at home as our Texas hockey team slides into the playoffs with unmatched energy and drive. Maverick Windows is here to score big with your home improvement goals. Right now, in celebration of our team making it to the playoffs, Maverick Windows is offering a spectacular deal. Upgrade your home with our top-of-the-line energy-saving windows, all while cheering on our boys to bring home the cup. And we'll send you and a friend to a home playoff game. Call 800-972-3631 or visit us online at MaverickWindows.com to claim your playoff hockey tickets. Maverick Windows.
With staff shortages happening across the country, most businesses are trying to get more done with less help. This often results in workplace accidents that can cause injury or even death. If you or a loved one has been injured in a workplace accident, call Thomas J. Henry. We handle serious workplace accidents and get serious results. Call Thomas J. Henry today. Available 24/7, nights and weekends.
Dallas, Fort Worth, and San Antonio, Texas.
And now, 2 pigeons bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
Hey, Frank, a little birdie told me you don't need a satellite dish to get DirecTV.
What's little birdie? Was it Jimmy the Sparrow?
It's a figure of speech. Point is, you can stream DirecTV over the internet now.
Oh, sure. Next you're going to tell me those big birds are made of metal and filled with people, right?
You mean airplanes?
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Terms and restrictions apply.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket!
Stars had the best attack in the league neutered in Denver, but the race to 4 goals back on here tonight in Game 5 at American Airlines Center. 7 minutes to go in regulation. The Avalanche 4, the Stars 3. Stars with an opportunity to close out the series here tonight. And they have not been in this situation. They were down by a couple of goals earlier in the third period where they chase on the scoreboard in this series.
Avalanche will chase it back into their zone. It's Sam Girard first to it. Starts the breakout for Manson. Bounces towards the Stars line. Miro Heiskanen plays keep away from Parisi. Heiskanen with one of the 3 Stars tallies. The handoff for Thomas Harley. Charge through center across the Colorado blue line. Got out of the way of Manson's check attempt. Georgiev came close to coughing that one up. He had an adventure earlier in the period. Now it's Heiskanen at the point. Tried to make the move on Middlestat. Couldn't do it. And Smith got back to cut off Rantanen. Miro Heiskanen enters. Attack zone. Checked by Manson. Sam Steele is there. Installed it deep behind the net. Duchesne played it out in front. Manson had it. Will send it down the sheet. It angles wide on the bank of the net. So that is icing against Colorado.
A lot of Matt Duchesne's best work has been doing back checking or tracking, as it's known. Getting back. He skates so beautifully. Had a good Game 4, but still not impacting the score of games. Came in with just 1 power play goal, 3 assists, and 13 shots in 11 playoff games.
Had an assist on the first goal of this game, scored by the Stars. They need the next one, too. On the left side, Robertson. His shot goes wide. Behind the net, Johnston centers. Couldn't connect Pavelski. He was tied up. It's Johnston, Pavelski, Robertson. Tanev gets it in deep. Pavelski there, and then darting in is Manson throwing the check. Through center, Middlestat. Over for Drouin. Taken away by Lindell. Lehkonen bumps Tanev. Possession back to Colorado. Walker from the right point. Snaps it down and off the stick of Drouin. Lindell to Robertson. Stars turn through center. Robertson will flip it. Slides towards Georgiev. He's forced to hang on with 5:18 left in the third period. 4-3. The Avalanche have the lead. The Stars are looking for a comeback here in Game 5. A chance to end the series, but it'll have to come from behind fashion. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
You get hot sports opinions, big-name guests, and fun and laughs on the Ticket everywhere all the time right now. From the guys you know and love to hang out with every single day.
Where do people from the old movies go?
Keep your Radio P1 button set and never miss a segment. These Marconis do not win themselves. We need you with us. On Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
My kids are my biggest fans. Sometimes during a game, I look up and see them smile at me. That gives me all the motivation I need to be the best. I want to make them proud. I want to set an example. I want them to know they can do anything they set their mind to if they work hard. Hugging my kids on the field after winning the World Series will always be one of my best moments. I'm Jonah Heim, and my kids are my beneficiaries.
Globe Life is the official life insurance of the Texas Rangers.
Who's your beneficiary?
Dallas Stars Hockey on The Ticket.
The Ticket!
Everybody to their feet here at American Airlines Center. 5:18 to go in regulation. Stars down 4-3 to the Avalanche. They've had a tough time getting off their back foot here in the third, and if they can't manufacture the tying goal, really it's a bad 3 minutes that has done them in. They gave up a couple of goals early in the period. They answered back with one themselves, but they've had a tough time getting the Avalanche hemmed in their zone here in the third period. They'll start here from that end of the rink down to our left, and it's the usual suspects on the back end in Harley and Heiskanen. They've mixed and matched a few forwards here lately, Josh, and just trying to find a mix that can get them that goal.
This mix is Ben taking the draw with Sagan on his left, Stankoven on his right, but another face-off win for Colorado. And from neutral ice, McKinnon accepts the pass. He's in, back to the left, and a shot goes wide from Drouin. Dangerous odd man rush from the Avalanche there. Stars play to center, glove down Heiskanen, 5 and counting left in the third period. Jamie Benn, nice move, a backhand, and he flung it wide and caught the glass. Nate McKinnon up for Makar. 2 goals in the game, including what right now stands as the difference maker. It came unassisted at 4:28 of the third period. Thomas Harley will bring the other way. He'll enter the zone. Harley has it knocked away. Follow up by Marchment. It's cleared out to center. Ryan Suter's on the scene. They're standing at American Airlines Center. They'd love to be jumping in response to an equalizing goal from the Stars. Gerard to the left wing side. Gaining center, Parise shoots one in. Stars will get to it, Tanev. They pour out of their zone. Tanev leads the charge. A lift in from center, but it was a slow lift, and Dodonov was in early. That is offside against Dallas. 4:09 remaining in regulation.
Yeah, they just have not executed at the level and consistency that we've seen throughout the playoffs and this series, really, ever since game number 2, if you will. And I think they're going to drop this right at the logo at center ice, which is usually the whoopsie-daisy. Got to get possession again. My faceoffs have almost evened up.
And the Avalanche win this one, too. They have been excellent in that department with their season on the line. Ottinger watched it bounce where Tanev plays it ahead. It'll be on net. Robertson is charging, and Georgiev casually played it over to his left. Robertson got spun down and knocked out. Now through center with speed on the left wing side. Miles Wood, the hero in the only Avalanche win so far in the series. He came in this building back in game 1. Miro Heiskanen nicely took it out of midair. He's in. He shoots. It's blocked wide. Comes to the left side boards, and Wood clears it. We move under 3.5 to go in the third period. Stars down by a goal. Wyatt Johnston down to a knee. A sharp angle shot. Georgiev the save. Rebound. Trapped it against the side of the cage. 3:21 remaining in the final period.
You know, everybody's been fawning over Wyatt Johnston for good reason, and he's so competitive. He thinks really quick on the ice, but he's got a tenacity about him too. The 2 youngest Stars both have that in full measure. Stankoven and him came close to squeezing something there short side.
Ben Sagan, Stankoven again, left wing circle. Ben against McKinnon. Another face-off win by Colorado. Harley couldn't keep it in. Lehkonen goes to the inside on Lindell. Arturi Lehkonen poked away. Follow-up McKinnon. He's in. Shoots. He scores. Nate McKinnon gets the goal with 3:10 left in the third period. Some insurance for Colorado, who could be 3 minutes away from sending this series back to Denver.
Well, there is a sizable exodus out of American Airlines Center after that. Little button hook by Lehkonen, and he feeds their most dangerous sniper in the heart of the slot again. And he just beats Jake Ottinger's glove sweetly. Little wrister. Wasn't really picking a corner. Ottinger just seemed like he had it cocked. It went under the glove. Jake's given up a couple goals here in the third period that he hasn't given up in a long time, and 5 total. I don't know what it is about home and road with him, but it's a good thing, I would say, that the next game is away from home if this score holds up.
Dallas does not have much time to work with.
Ottinger's being summoned to the bench
right now, and then a penalty coming as Rantanen took down Heiskanen. So Ottinger was already on the bench. And if they elect to keep him there, it would be a 6-on-4, 3:01 to go. Dallas needs 2.
Boy, Pete DeBoer was like emphatically waving at Ottinger, who wasn't paying attention, to get him to the bench, and then they get this. Man, you couldn't ask for a better scenario to try to get this thing level at 5 than this here right now. Now, of course, the counter to that is the fact that the Avalanche can just wire it down the ice, not worrying about icing at all, so they can take as many pot shots at the empty net as they want.
The Stars scored a 2-man advantage goal, the 5-on-3 tally from Jamie Benn earlier this postseason, tripping at 16:59 of the third period. Dallas needs 2, but first things first. Power play number 4, they're 1 for 3. They win the draw cleanly. Heiskanen, who drew the penalty, to the center of the zone, back for Johnston. Snaps it low, Pavelski, and knocked out of midair, side of the net. Pavelski's stick being tied up by Taves. He'll secure it, move it to Johnston, top of the zone now, Miro Heiskanen. Back for Wyatt Johnston. Johnston looking, shooting, and kicked out to the corner. Taves able to clear down the ice. No icing because they're shorthanded.
Man, how did Georgiev see that? He had nothing but the back of Jamie Benn right in his eyes, and he just lashed out with the right pad and booted it aside.
Half dozen in green, bring it back in. Jamie Benn from the left side. He's pressured, and it's poked back to the Star zone. Miles Wood racing after it, and he got ridden off by Heiskanen.
Wow. I thought an arm was going up for sure.
They stay down, and on we go. Dumped in by Dallas. Gerard turns in the corner. He's hit. Nice keep by Heiskanen. Wines, fires. It's loose in front. And Dallas will catch up, but on the sidewall. Under 2 minutes to go in the period. Still a power play for the Stars. The 6-on-4 attack with Ottinger on the bench. Another 52 remaining on it. Jason Robertson sends it low. Ben across. Shot by Johnston. Winds up on the right side wall where it's kept by Robertson. Game of catch with Ben. Robertson, right circle to Ben. On the end line, now bounces. Sagan couldn't get the shot away. A keep from Heiskanen, and there's some exhausted guys out there in both colors. Ben spinning on the right wing. Robertson has it from the far dot. 1:27 left in regulation. Dallas down by 2. Harley with a shot. Back to him, and able to clear was Lehkonen from ice level.
What a great second effort. Tyler Sagan is limping his way back to the Stars bench.
And the Stars brought through center, and it was blown down as they were making a change. I don't know if they're getting nabbed for too many men. Exactly what's happened, and with only 10 seconds left on the power play, that will even things up and might be the final mountain in front of Dallas before they head back to the Rockies.
Well, look, more concerning than that, Tyler Sagan went hobbling off and took a violent whack at the wall on his way down. Again, down the stretch in the regular season, he was missing time. They were managing his off days, and that obviously dealing with something. You're already without Rope Hintz, and Sagan has left this game here now, and barring a miracle, we are headed back to Denver, Colorado in a Game 6.
It would be Friday night at Ball Arena. 1:11 is left in the third period. Stars win this draw. It's 4-on-4, only for another handful of seconds. Then Rantanen will come out. Ottinger's back between the pipes. He'll remain there. Rantanen takes over. This is the third power play of the game officially for Colorado. They scored on their first 2. Niels Lundqvist back in the defensive boards. Then Steele across. Up ahead for Radek Faksa. Fed the slot, follow-up. Suter with a shot and a save by Georgiev.
Well, that was another Devon Taves turnover there. Yikes.
Rantanen will play for McKinnon. He'll just go all the way back up a man to his zone. The Avalanche season was on the line. They had lost 3 straight games. The Stars with a chance to close it out on home ice. But they knew it wasn't going to be easy against the team that won the Stanley Cup 2 seasons ago. Didn't want their dreams of another one ending here. And the final seconds will tick off in Game 5. The difference in the end, goals from Makar and McKinnon. That's the gap in a 5-3 Colorado win. Their first win since Game 1. And it sends this series back to Denver for a 6th game on Friday night.
Well, their head coach, Jared Bednar, said they weren't using the Nichushkin news and loss and Taves scratch as an excuse for that Game 4 dud on home ice, but it had to have affected them, and they came out here tonight, played a very good road game, a must-win situation, and they got a great effort by their best players. First time since game number 1 that we've seen that. It's a battle of special teams and goaltending repeatedly. It is on the road in the regular season. It is every single game in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they were better at both of those things here tonight in Game 5, and that's why we're headed back to Colorado for a Game 6. And some of the attrition is starting to become a bigger, bolder equation in this series as well, with Rope Hintz not available tonight, wasn't available for most of the Game 4 in Denver, and then Tyler Seguin, that did not look good as he made his way off after that power play set with about a minute and change to go in regulation. So here we go. It's not going to be easy. Maybe this is going to be a repeat of the bubble. Maybe the Stars do need to go to a Game 7 against Colorado to get to the Stanley Cup final and win a Stanley Cup again, because this felt like they were going to close things out here tonight. It blew up on them. They gave up way too much. You can't give up 5 goals and think you're going to win in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They didn't, they did, and they didn't, and now we're going to play more games.
The Stars are 4-1 so far on the road. They took care of business in Denver, but the thing about the playoffs, and we saw it in the Eastern Conference, both Eastern series had where the lower-seeded team was down 3-1. They went on the road, got a win, and all of a sudden, a stranglehold and a chance to wrap things up on home ice all of a sudden turns into another team going home and feeling like if they could just protect home ice, they could kick it to 7. The swings of a series are on display. Dallas lived it in the opening round when they went down 2-0 against Vegas, but you're talking about the key guys that certainly are question marks heading into this game, and now you've got an Avalanche team that feels like they're right back in it. On their side, they're no Trennan. He missed most of this game, and that's certainly on the depth side of them. But everything just feels different after one night here at American Airlines Center.
It's the great thing about the Stanley Cup playoffs, is why it's such a sensational thing to follow every spring, because nothing carries over, and the swings are massive, from fan bases, from teams. It really is the epitome, I would think, for the guys in suits in behind the bench, where it's like you win a game, you're like, okay, we're going to win everything, and then you lose a game, you're like, oh my God, we might lose this series all of a sudden, and you're right, and it's a truth on both sides of that. So the longer a series goes, the more bad things can happen from an injury standpoint, and a team that was trailing getting their mojo back once again, because they looked dead coming out of Denver. You knew they were going to have a good game here tonight, but the Stars also didn't have their best game here from the net on out, and because of that, slap the two things together and you get a Game 6.
This will be now the 18th time in the last 19 series, a stretch that dates back to 2007 where a Stars series goes at least 6 games, and we were talking about it beforehand. The obvious immediate goal is to dispatch of Colorado and move on, but when you're trying to win 4 rounds and go to a Stanley Cup, you mentioned the importance of 4 and 5 game series. It's going to be at least 13 to get out of the second round, potentially could be 14, and they've got a hungry opponent, and so there's that issue as well, in addition to what we saw in front of us with the Tyler Seguin and then the Rope Hintz absence.
Yeah, you keep your fingers crossed that Tyler's going to be okay and that he just tweaked something there on the Star side of thing. Nothing against Trennan, but there's a massive difference between having Tyler Seguin and Rope Hensko out of your lineup and having him, a fourth line. He doesn't play even double-digit minutes for them. Look, this is on again all of a sudden. Some of their guys that looked like they were hanging their heads and maybe a little bit fatalist and demoralized coming out of the 3 straight losses looked better tonight. And they played a better team game here tonight. They used more people. And, their top guys, when they get an opportunity on the power play and their power play smoking along, it is a weapon. And we witnessed it here again tonight. Stars, for whatever reason, they play better on the road than they do at home. As much as they love playing at home, and these fans can drive all kinds of success into them. If you look at their home record now in the last 2 playoffs, they're 9-8. Their road record is 8-6. And, so in some ways, I guess it doesn't really matter where they're playing, but they're going to have to go and play much better than they did here tonight in Denver to bring it or to close it out. And if they don't, they're going to have to bring it back home and put that 8-0 record of Pete DeBoer in Game 7s on the line again.
When they went up 3-1, they obviously wanted no part of a 7-game series. I think a lot of people looking at this matchup when it was set expected it to go 6 or 7. They took the scenic route to get there, but it is 6 now at least, with a Game 1 overtime win for Colorado, the 3 straight for Dallas, and then the Avalanche staving off elimination here tonight via a 5-3 win. And from their side of things, they're the best home team. And even though Dallas just went and kind of fed them in back-to-back games, they're going to lean on that.
You start worrying about, really? You're going to beat the best home team in the league 3 straight times in their building. And
really, they might. I mean, they're so good on the road, but yeah.
And really they have. If you go back to the regular season, they hammered them 7-4. I mean, they've thumped them in their building. 7-4, 4-1, and 5-1. And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention, with Hintz going out of the series and whatever's wrong with Tyler, and hopefully it's not something that keeps him out of Game 6, and Trennan obviously injured on their side and didn't play here tonight. You also have to mention Val Nichushkin gets pulled out of their side. That's their best player the best forward certainly when they won the Stanley Cup in 22 was leading the Stanley Cup playoffs in goals. And you're thinking, okay, they're beaten, they've lost a guy and all that, and they came in here and played a terrific team game here tonight, beat the Dallas Stars in their building. And sometimes you'll probably hear it again after tonight's game. You can talk all day long and until you're blue in the face about matching the urgency of a team that has their back firmly up against the wall. Easier said than done, obviously, because over and over and over again it doesn't get done and until you get snapped out of it a little bit. And I'm sure the Stars will look at it now and say, holy moly here, we better get our act together in a hurry and play Game 6 like it's Game 7.
We also talk about attrition, and with this series continuing on instead of ending, it's worth pointing out that Dallas has played every other day since Game 3 of the opening round against Vegas. So you thought maybe as that other series out west is going 2-2, you could get a chance to just take a breath.
Yeah.
Instead, you're jumping on a plane tomorrow, and it's April 27th was the date of Game 3. It's May 15th. It means they're going at least May 17th, where you are playing the toughest type of hockey with a whole lot of travel on your off days every other day, and that's the situation they find themselves in because of the 5-3 loss to Colorado tonight.
Yeah, and that's what we started off the night talking about, and quoting Jared Bednar, their head coach, talking about. He was shocked that they were as flat as they were in Game 4, thinking we're the rested team. We had all that time off, 6 days off between series, and the longer this one goes, they'll use that as a motivation on their side and a little mind vitamin. And yeah, it does become a struggle in a hurry, and the Avalanche basically just pushing this thing down the road a little bit, Penelopizing it, and getting it to at least a Game 6. And the Stars are going to need, sharper net minding than what Jake gave him here tonight, which he usually provides on the road for this. I mean, he's almost hermetic away from home. It's staggering how stingy he has been with a lot of help in front of him, but he gets back in this building and surrenders goals that he just doesn't give up on the road.
Worth pointing out, obviously, we'll wait for updates on what happens with the lineup. And from a Star standpoint, you hope Tyler Seguin is okay. You hope Rope Hintz is going towards the positive way instead of the other. The one healthy forward that they have not in the lineup to scratch is Ty Dellandrea, and then they recalled with the Texas Stars season ending Maverick Bourque from a forward standpoint. If you want to think about lineup decisions, and as you get later on, certainly everything is on the table as you move into the latter stages of a series, and that's where this one is going. And it is official. Game 6, the time listed at Ball Arena Friday night, will be at 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So it's a Friday. It's the end of school around the Metroplex, so stay up late and make it at a night with us. That game will be televised on TNT, and as always, all the radio coverage can be heard right here on the flagship station. The Ticket will start at 8 p.m. Central with Owen and Bruce on the pregame show.
Look, disappointing here tonight, obviously, but you need to just embrace it. You need to embrace the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs of winning a Stanley Cup, and it's a journey. And it is a marathon, not a sprint.
So the Stars headed back to Denver. This series headed back to Denver. A 5-3 Game 5 win by the Colorado Avalanche, who did not go quietly. Nobody expected them to here tonight at American Airlines Center. Big thanks, Barry Walters, our engineer tonight, Handsome Johnny, for helping us out as he always does, and to all of you for tuning in and making us part of your Wednesday evening plans. For Daryl Ray, I'm Josh Bogeron. Stick around because we've got continuing post-game coverage. Owen Newkirk, Bruce Levine, the Toyota post-game show comes your way next. One final time, your final score, the Avalanche 5, the Stars 3. Dallas leads the best of 7 series 3-2, and we will talk to you Friday night from Denver. Good night, everybody.
Stars fans, every player that has ever skated onto the ice has had a dream to be a champion. Ford has been a part of making those dreams come true. With every drive to hockey practice and travel to every road game, Ford F-Series, the 47-year leader, and Ford SUVs have carried us forward. That's why Ford is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars and proud sponsor of a dream. Based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Ford is the best in Texas. At PNC Bank, North Texas is our home too. So when you're going wild over a game-winning goal, we're right there with you as an official partner of the Dallas Stars. And when you're focusing on your own goals, we'll be there too, making it easy to save, track, plan, and manage your money online and via app anytime it works for you. We're proud to support North Texas's financial goals. Learn more at PNC.com. PNC Bank National Association, member FDIC.
This is Chris Lewis of Chris Lewis & Associates. Sometimes it pays to have a star on your team, like when you're accused of a serious crime or become the victim of a severe injury due to negligence. Events like these can destroy the life you've built unless you take fast action. Reach out to lewisdefense.com or call 214-444-1000. Let us fight for you. That's lewisdefense.com, your star team for criminal defense and serious injury representation.
Hey, it's Joe Pavelski.
Here's Pavelski for the hat trick. He scores!
Did you know there's a digital home for Texas hockey? Download the official Dallas Stars app, powered by AT&T, to access and easily manage your tickets. Plus, receive access to exclusive in-app contests, streaming, and so much more. Download it now in the App Store and Google Play Store by searching Dallas Stars. The official Dallas Stars app is the only way to manage your Stars tickets.
TXU Energy is changing the game with Live Your Free, the first and only plan of its kind that automatically adapts each month to give you free energy when you use it most.
What if I use the most during the day?
Enjoy free energy all day, every day.
What if I suddenly become a night owl?
Your nights are free, automatically.
What if I go weekend warrior?
Free energy all weekend, my friend.
So the savings change with me.
And you never have to change a thing. TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Free energy charges and time periods defined in Plan EFL. TDU and other bill charges apply normally. Visit TXU.com for details.
The Dallas Stars postgame show is brought to you by Toyota. Experience the capable and rugged Toyota Tundra. Visit Toyota.com.
Dallas Stars Hockey was brought to you by PNC Bank.
an official partner of the Dallas Stars. Learn more at pnc.com. By American Airlines. You are why we fly. American Airlines is the official airline of the Dallas Stars. By Choctaw Casino and Resorts, where the players play. And by the Hangar at Victory Park, the best spot to land official Stars apparel and merchandise.
The game is over, and as the players leave the ice, it's time to tune in to the guys that have hands of stone but voices of gold. Bruce Levine and Owen Newkirk. This is the official 7-11 Dallas Stars postgame show on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Tick.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dallas Stars postgame show, brought to you by Toyota. Test drive a new 2024. That's how many 20s? 2024 Toyota Tundra at your local Toyota dealer. Owen Newkirk alongside Bruce Levine. We're live here from the Modelo Bar and Grill inside American Airlines Center, where tonight the Dallas Stars fall to the Colorado Avalanche 5-3 in Game 5. The Avalanche stave off elimination for one night and will force a Game 6 back in Denver on Friday night. We just got the time, 9 o'clock Central, 10 Eastern, on TNT, True TV, Max, and of course on the radio here on The Ticket. Bruce, everybody was hoping for the Stars to A, win the series, and B, earn some much-deserved rest after two back-to-back series, a tough 7-game against Vegas, and so far a very interesting and pitchy series against Colorado. But they did not get what they were wishing for tonight.
No, they didn't get what they were wishing for. And in fact, I thought the AAC was a little bit meh, a little bit flat for the first period. I thought the place was going to be hopping and loud, and it was sort of meh. And the game was sort of meh for the first 25 minutes or so. But at the end of the day, Colorado relied on their superstars. They played the heck out of Nathan McKinnon. They played a ton out of Cale Makar, and those guys came through. When Colorado needed their best players to be the best players on the ice, they found a way to get the job done. Third period was tough for the Dallas Stars. A couple of goals that, one's a fluky bounce. The other one's one that Ottinger would like to have back. And just like that, you're going to Colorado for Game 6. Of course, remember in the bubble in 2020, Dallas had a 3-1 lead heading into Game 5 against Colorado. And they didn't finish wrapping up that series until Yoel Kiviranta in overtime of Game 7. I hope we're not heading in the same direction, but boy, Colorado did turn things around tonight.
The good news for everybody listening is Dallas in their franchise history is 12-1 all-time in series where they have gone to a 3-1 series lead, and 4-0 in those series where they were up 3-1 having started on home ice. So that's the good news. But as Bruce mentioned, they did have to go to a pretty nasty 7 games in the bubble the last time they played the Avalanche. So that there's no guarantee that they're not going to have to really earn this one, whether it be Friday or Sunday.
And the weird thing is, you look at this series right now, and home teams are 1-4.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as home ice advantage in this series right now.
Stars are the only team to win a home game so far.
Won Game 2 and barely held on to win Game 2. Dominant in Denver for Games 3 and 4. Well, they're going to have to go back. It is tough to beat a good team 3 games in a row in their building. We saw that against Vegas. We're going to have to see that against Colorado if Stars can flip the switch on that.
So let's get to the game recap and highlights of tonight's game. We start, as we always do, in the first period, and the Stars on a guy who has been criticized a lot for his lack of production in this postseason, but is a legend all time, finally gets onto the scoreboard.
Out in front, shot, score! Joe Pavelski! The tip from Duchesne to Pavelski. And Dallas strikes first. Here in Game 5, they take a 1-0 lead on Pavelski's first of this postseason.
That's right, Joe Pavelski's 74th career Stanley Cup playoff goal, his first this playoff at 9:03 of the first period from Duchesne and Robertson. And Bruce, I had great feelings when Joe Pavelski scored early. You said, they've scored first in every game, and Joe finally got one. That's going to be a really good sign.
It is a good sign. This is a great play by Jason Robertson to make this goal happen. Dallas dumps the puck in. There's 2 Colorado defenders back, and Robertson splits the 2 defenders, works the puck free to the left side as there is Matt Duchene, immediately bumps it right to the middle, and Joe Pavelski in his house, right in the slot, is able to backhand it before Georgiev can even move, and Dallas has taken a 1-0 lead for the 5th consecutive game. The Dallas Stars score first.
The Stars continued to put pressure on Alexander Georgiev. Chris Tanev had a wide open wrister in the slot. He pushed it wide. Then Cale Makar had the first grade A chance for the Avalanche as he drove to the low slot on the backhand. Ottinger got a piece of it, Bruce, and that one just trickled past the far post.
And that was sort of a harbinger of things to come about the way Cale Makar was going to play this game tonight as he slices through the Dallas Stars defense, cuts in the middle. Ottinger with a desperation lunge gets the puck, deflects it, and it just trickles by the far post and wide. Dallas remains in front.
Then a grade A chance for Joe Pavelski on a 2-on-0 rush. He gets the pass to the right side and just misses the net. If he scores that one, this place might have exploded, and it might have been game, set, and match for the series.
Well, it might have been game, set, and match as the Dallas Stars trying to get a 2-goal lead. Pavelski from the slot puts the shot toward the net, and it is just wide. He tries to go blocker side high and just misses the far post, and it scatters wide.
On the power play, Stars get a backdoor pass, Pavelski to Robertson, and he just misses wide. Didn't get great contact on it, but he looked like he had the left side of the net wide open.
Well, Robert, it's a tougher play because he's going to the front of the net and has to deal with some defense. Puck gets through the middle. Robertson tries the chip as he's a little bit off balance, and he puts it wide.
And then the Stars take a penalty as they're called for holding the stick call. Ryan Suter, 18:32. And with a mere 0.6 of a second left in the first, it is a tie hockey game.
4 seconds to go in the period. It's McKinnon for Lehkonen. He scores! A one-timer. Zeros show on the clock, but it looked like the shot beat the buzzer. And a power play goal from Artturi Lehkonen, maybe with under a second to play, appears to have tied game 1 before the intermission.
6th goal of the playoffs for Artturi Lehkonen. He scores from Nathan McKinnon at 19:59, officially 1-1, and that was a big one for the Avalanche to not have to go into the first intermission down a goal.
We always say never give up a goal in the first minute of a period or the last minute of a period. How about the last second of a period? Dallas Stars get caught. Ryan Suter holding the stick on Nate McKinnon, and with 4 seconds to go in the period, McKinnon on the power play gets the puck deep in Dallas Stars zone on the left side wall, and instead of the Dallas Stars pressuring McKinnon, they try to keep him from taking a shot. The puck goes toward the middle, the puck goes to McKinnon, and instead of going toward the middle, he takes it and centers it to Lehkonen, who's right in the slot. Quick one-timer from the slot, beats Ottinger clean, and makes it 1-1. That was the first power play goal in 8 consecutive attempts for the Colorado Avalanche. They break that in a big way and go into the locker room even rather than down a goal, and that's a big boost for them.
The Stars had won 2 of the 3 games this series in which they had scored at least 1 power play goal. But Bruce, after tonight, the Avalanche are 2-0 when they score a power play goal, and turns out when they score 1, they score 2.
Well, that's just it. In the games where Colorado has won the special teams battle, they've won the games. When it's been even, or the Dallas Stars win the special teams battle, they win the games. That is how razor tight the margin is at this time of the year, and unfortunately for Dallas, it was not to be, as the special teams, the power play, which had been so good in the last 3 games, gets torched 2 times tonight.
Jake Ottinger early in the second period made grade A saves on 2 Avalanche attempts. First, Artturi Lehkonen had a wrister in the low right slot. Then McKinnon darted into that same area. Ottinger stopped them both. Sagan had a backhander at the left side of the crease on the rush. A good save by Georgiev. But Dallas goes on the power play, and they score on really a bad neutral zone setup by the Avalanche.
Stretched up, Robertson turns in, Robertson to the left, score! Miro Heiskanen! Power play perfection from Dallas. Robertson to Heiskanen. The 2 guys who have points in every game this series have given the Stars the lead.
Stars get their first power play goal of the night as it was Heiskanen from Robertson. Miro's 5th of the year in the playoffs anyway, from Robertson and Pavelski at 11:39. Both Robertson and Pavelski with 2 points in the game. And Bruce, this is a beautiful transition play by the Stars, but kind of inexcusable from the neutral zone setup.
Yeah, if you look at it from the Dallas Stars' point of view, it's a great stretch pass by Pavelski to Jason Robertson that leads to a 2-on-0. If you look at it from the Colorado point of view, they've got 2 guys on the Stars' half of the red line and 2 other players floating right at the red line. So once Pavelski makes the stretch pass, it's just bad positioning. Once Pavelski makes the stretch pass, Dallas has gone the other way. Robertson gets a step, and Miro Heiskanen, who made the drop pass while skating backward to Pavelski, turns and just burns by Manson at center ice, goes in, and Robertson, left-handed shot on the right side, goes to the net. Georgiev has to play him. Robo with a backhand pass over to Heiskanen. Heiskanen on his natural side, something we don't see very often, gets the puck, goes top shelf, and Dallas has a 2-1 lead on a power play goal.
Unfortunately for the Stars, they took another penalty late in the second period, just like they did late in the first period. Chris Tanev for high sticking at 16-16. This was not without a little bit of controversy because of what led up to it. There was a pick play by McKinnon, which was pretty blatant, and then the interaction, Tanev was sort of the retaliatory penalty after the whistle at the crease.
Oh, there were 2 missed calls. There were 2 missed calls on the sequence. First, Nate McKinnon throws a blatant screen. I mean, this is a moving pick in basketball. If it would have been a foul in basketball, should have been a penalty in hockey. The officials let it go. That led to a shot toward the net and a scrum as Ottinger makes a great save going side to side. He makes a great save, covers it up. Mikko Rantanen comes flying in and cross-checks Chris Tanev up high. It's not a accidental cross-check. This is a cross-check with intent. Tanev responds by trying to cross-check back, gets his stick up, gets Rantanen in the face with the high stick. And the ref only calls the high stick. So the cross-check on from Rantanen to Tanev is not called. It's the A-B equation. He didn't see part A, but part B gets called, and Dallas now is down a man. And, of course, the moving pick by McKinnon, which initiated the entire sequence toward the net, also goes uncalled, and Dallas winds up with the penalty and the penalty kill.
Going into tonight's game, there have been 4 embellishment minor penalties called in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2024, 2 of which have been called against the Dallas Stars, and those have both been instances where the Stars fans have felt, and I think correctly, that it was a bit of a make-up call, a referee trying not to give one team a power play. And in this instance, Bruce, this is the opposite. Instead of trying to even it up, which in this case would have been the correct call because of the cross-check initially by Rantanen on Tanev, that they actually called just the retaliation. And it happens, right? This is part of it. You can't call what you can't see. The thing is it's at the crease after the whistle.